fall back! Go back to your spot! Go back to your spot!
Mission complete.
That's what I'm talking about. Here you go. I was going crazy. I went crazy.
They got hacks on.
Check, check, check. God damn it. Yeah. I'm not gonna stop sweating for the rest of the day. Hell yeah.
Oh.
Dragon Pro Series powered by Samsung
I
Galaxy
thought I
is brought to
muted
you by
myself, but
Snapdragon Elite
my
Gaming,
mic was on. That's crazy.
Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, Monster Energy, DHL,
Wait, what is it lagging?
and the
Hi,
United States Air
Inez.
Force.
How are you doing? Hi, Candy. Hi, Jay. 안녕. Hello, hello. So, it's gonna be, Bruce versus, GodLike. That's crazy. I didn't expect these champs to be like, GodLike versus, you know, but I mean, it's interesting to see something new. Something new for you. Hello. 9 minutes. Oh, okay. Let me choose. I guess some people's ego got hurt. But 7-0 was crazy. Like, how the hell? That's just, I don't know. I never expected that. You're shaking. Oh my god, Sunday. I mean, the final winner doesn't matter. It's just crazy, you know. It's just crazy, and respect for both team groups and GodLike. I know, like, everyone made fun of GodLike, and you know, even Indians, they laughed about their team, their vision team, you know? Nobody believed in them. But look now, they just proved themselves that they got improved, and I don't know, they prepared so hard, which is really good to see. You know? Improving. GodLike just played them every round. Maybe, possibly Bobby going bored. You know what, when they uploaded Twitter or whatever, like saying, if we win the champs, like Bobby goes bored, something like that, everyone laughed, like, bruh, you guys are so bad, something like that. But ooh, this is crazy. This shows how much they really want to win. Yeah, exactly. They prepared so hard. and that's really good to say. Oh, that's different one. Well, rip for them then. I thought that was a godlike. We have worked hard to prove ourselves, and he really meant it. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he really meant it, which is so cool, you know. They are proving it right now in front of like everyone who didn't, I don't know, trust them or whatever. Oh my god, verbs. Verbs. GodLike gonna beat Verb? I mean, if GodLike will win the chance, like, that is, oh my god. That is, oh my god, it's for real. Chinese are so friendly that they throw hard. Oh. That's cute though. Remember when they threw X on the teams who got eliminated, they might got emotionally damaged, you know, but then that's funny. If they win, I am gonna get mad. Why mad though? They set a new record for Indian Esports. Darn. The hard work is rare. In India, codm is not that popular. What do you mean? I think there's just so many Indian players on YouTube, like watching them and uploading videos and everything. I thought it was so popular in India though. Don't know. Why this BGM sounds so I mean, like 3 days ago they played some songs like something like that. I was like, eh? Bro is playing that sound because of the Chinese teams or what? It's like, and today it's just it was fake who started it before that. It was all good fight between GodLike and LG. I mean, no, I don't like the attitude. Even though it's just for like a mind game or I don't know, something, it doesn't look good, you know? Me must be crying, Moshi. Baby's so mad now. Like, why though? Why would you do that then? You know, like it's a game, but I know, but just show some show some respect to others. They tried each other. They worked hard on this championship each other, like everyone, you know, just to respect each other. That's more cool. Not being toxic or just getting mad at shit, you know. Just respect them that they got improved and they tried hard, they worked hard. Cause why not? Just be like toxic. Toxic is just ew. That doesn't look cool. 7-0. Then why didn't you do better? You know, before getting mad or like showing toxicity to the other team. You know, just play the game. Hi Lord, how are you doing today? Hello. But seriously, I did not expect them to be the final one, you know. This is crazy. I'm sure nobody, none expected this. I'm still in a shock. Hi Terry, how are you doing? I'm seeing everyone roasting Vague on Twitter. What happened? Basically GodLike won the game. They played so well and he got mad, I guess. And he was being toxic in game against the Indian team. What the hell? I'm good, you? I'm alright. Tomorrow is Monday as well, so and I finished my stuff today, so we'll be much better. I don't know, will be much better because I was so busy recently. Busy. Vague so mad. Currently his clips are going viral on Twitter. Wait, what clip? I actually didn't watch the game properly because I was on my way home, and I came home and I had the dinner and stuff, so I couldn't watch the game properly. So I need to check again what clips. Yeah, I mean, if you're a pro player and pro players will know better, you know, that how much they got improved. I mean, how much they improved, you know, because they went against and stuff, and they can see movement and aim and strat and everything. So yeah, they are amazed. Was it? Why? Yeah, in game, Derek, in game. Can't believe it's almost a Christmas. Time flies. It's almost a new year then. Even your brain woke you up to make you watch this grand final. That's crazy. How loyal to codm, MJ. Your brain is so loyal to codm. That is cool. So much, and then got started bully shooting too. I mean, they started it, so that's just what it is, you know. You've gone against the GodLike lineup in rank. The best player is military. Yeah, I remember Pierce and TNCT saying it, I remember that name because they mentioned him. Even if they don't win, still they have made us proud. Exactly. I mean, this shows a lot. Them being like second or first doesn't matter, you know. They already proved that, you know. Doesn't really matter. I wonder how the Samsung is this year. Wait, what? Your brain predicted I'm gonna do the watch party as well, so you work. Let's go! That's amazing! But what is this random music background? Respect, yeah. I respect them for real. That was an amazing job they've done, you know. Crazy. Yeah, this was the one I was talking about. Haven't heard anything this. Oh. Yeah, I wanna know their experiences, you know, with the Samsung in champs. Like, is it actually good? They play on S23 Ultra. I mean, it's so good for another. Yeah, but you know these pros, they I'm sorry, I couldn't resist, but this pro I mean, this pros I forgot what I was gonna say. These pros experience the older gaming phones, you know, like Rogue, Sony Xperia, and Red Magic, so they know like what's what. So I wanna know what they're talking about. Samsung. Is it crazy good phone? That chopper was hilarious though. Yeah, it's not a gaming phone, but still. There's a reason why, like, Samsung is better than current iPhones? That's crazy. Wait, song disappeared. Oh. But I wanna try on my iPhone though. Nah. They should have adopted. That's true. Pure Madness phone. It performs better than 14 Pro Max. Really? I mean, I've never tried Samsung phone, so I can't tell. You know what? Samsung has really beautiful colors with the phones, not like iPhone. Also, I really wanna have Z Flip. The bad part is like, it's not good for playing codm, but Z Flip is the best design in my opinion. And when they released the first one, I was like, oh my god, that's crazy, but it's getting better and better. Like, the current one is really good. You basically got like two screens when you flip it and when you open it, you know? Which is insane. Did they reset again, or is the time moving so slow? They reset it. It's gonna be infinite 3 minutes for 3 hours. We got trapped. We got time trapped. Better than Chinese sponsor for now. Wait, next year it might be like what was it? The Chinese company, Huawei. And the phone gonna explode. I mean the flip fold? No, flip. Z flip. It looks so cute. I mean the design, you know, it's just so cute. I'm only talking about the design because it looks so futuristic somehow, and it's just so adorable. It looks like a futuristic and nostalgic at the same time. Insane. Yeah. I saw so many meme videos of our Samsung phones cameras. Like you can literally take a picture of the moon, like a moon crates. I know they're kidding, but that was so hilarious. So that means Samsung has like really nice camera. But just aesthetic wise, not the like. But Fords looks so funny though. I don't like the design. The Ford is the one like when you open the Ford, it looks like a tablet, right? Elegant, where iPhone terminals look like a storm threats every year. Now they don't even have timer. They did it earlier as well. They put that "be right back" sign on the screen and they just randomly came back. Maybe, I told you, the players went to toilet to take a shit. They need some time, you know. Somebody might have some stomach problem. We can't blame that. I mean, like when I get so nervous, I need to go to toilet like so many times to wee. I don't know why though. I'm just glad the EU and NA are finally good matches. I mean, I'm just happy to see the finals like this. You know, it was always like the NA teams, which was boring, like the same team again and again and again. But this is new, interesting. You just watched the 7-0 SND game, didn't see replay reset or what? Yeah, like NA people, you know, NA people were like, NA is the best reason we got best players. LG is the best team in the world in 콜오브듀티모바일, but well, what happened? And I realized that they sometimes just shows the face cam wrong. When Tribe played the other team, the face cam was mixed up for here. What do you mean, Candy? Jay is in the game. You will see now. The players who holding the locust electron, that's all Jay. Oh, what is Vegas boy? Why? This song is crazy. Bruh. Oh no. It was so hard to watch when they showed the EU team after like losing all games. The camera, it was so dark and they looked so depressed, so it was really hard to see them. Hi Elite, how are you doing? Can they stop with this like this sound? Holy. It says to be right back for like Holy. I'm alright though, I'm alright. I'm waiting to see the final match. Wolves versus GodLike. Damn. I actually can't expect what's gonna happen. Because, oh, they are OP. Hi Benny, how are you doing? Yeah, which is awesome, you know, which is really great to see them doing really well in champs. Maybe some kind of motivations to, you know, in some way. Painting right now? Wait, what? Wolves Southwest. Oh my god, but I really love Wolves though. I'm happy that they made it to here. Because last year it was such a like I mean they had all the disadvantages like last year champs. So many like unfair situations, but this year it was, I don't know, clean. I mean, EU team asked to do the rematch for few games since one player got disconnected or whatever. to Wolves, but well. Chinese players are just too good. Yeah, their aim, movement, just game sense, it's just so crazy. So what minute left? Is it true? Is it gonna be infinite 1 minute again? 1 minute 30 seconds. Yeah, I mean, it's just W for both team, Wolves and GodLike. They proved themselves enough, you know? Doesn't matter like winning or losing, they just won. Both won the game, you know? For me, like, I feel like this. Another fake countdown. Yeah, let's jinx it. Yeah, they're gonna repeat it like a 100 times. They're gonna start the final match when it's like a 10 PM and it's 8 PM for me. For real, for real. They are both making money at this point. Yeah, exactly.
To the Snapdragon Pro Series, where it is time for us to crown a champion. We are live from DreamHack Atlanta, and the stage is set.
What are you having
the
fun?
players are ready, and it is
Who do you
time
support?
for us to introduce
You don't
our
know?
finalists.
You don't care?
It's time for the Call of Duty Mobile World Championship, and I am so
World.
excited right now.
I don't know how I'm remaining to be intact. I was looking at my BPM before we actually came back to cameras, and I'm somehow under 100. It is exciting to be able to witness this Eastern
1
showdown
AM?
on the
Oh
main
my
stage.
god, that is so late.
Never under 100 because I drink too many energy drinks. Shout out Monster Energy. Yeah, I think the thing about this is this grand final is, again, all stakes are in there. First time we've seen a grand finals where there's not a double elimination bracket, so there's no advantages here. This is all about what are you able to put together, what have you been able to see from your opponents.
Shush start. Oh my god, it's
Give
so
yourself the best
toxic.
chance to come out $400,000 richer.
Everything's on the line right now. These are the top 2 teams in the world for this year. And honestly, at this point, they have to be proud of even making it this far after we saw how tough the competition was to even get here.
Nobody had GodLike making it out of Swiss. Nobody had
For real
GodLike
though,
making
nobody
it past top
thought
8.
GodLike
Now
gonna
they're
be
in
like
grand finals,
even
they're
in
guarantee themselves triple digits
top
as
4.
far as before the comma is concerned. Are you kidding me? I mean, GodLike are absolutely here to play. I am so stoked to be able to see them go up against Wolves.
All right, well, we won't make you wait any longer for the epic finale to our 3-day weekend-long competition.
Yeah, I mean,
It is time to
where is
take you to the
game?
grand
Where is the game,
finals.
bro?
Let's do this.
Yeah, yes, okay.
How do you open this up? Trade comes out. Prevail, holding the front door. It's perfect. And Cinderella stays in the tournament.
Oh, the hype is crazy though.
Favorites
Yay!
slapped out.
And empty seats. They're not even showing the seats in front of the... They removed it or something?
All the way through kitchen, the claw's been popped for Jing, and he's gonna find him in open staircase. Wolves pulls it out of the control. They get the job done. They are grand finals bound.
I bet the people who sat on the chairs, they are all YouTubers or I don't know. Who won? We need to see now. It's the final one.
Holding the front door.
A calendar year of competition. Hundreds of teams whittled down to 2.
Oh my god, it's actually like exciting to
Uncountable hours of
see it.
practice, thousands of games, and one.
Because it's not like LG versus Tribe, the grand final of championship, or it's like I don't know.
This
It's just
is
so
the Call of Duty
different
Mobile
from
World
previous champs.
championships.
Who's playing now? GodLike versus Rooms. Let's go level up. Oh, there are also players. Ooh. Wait, what is this? What? Ooh. Yay. Oh. I do the reactions.
There you have it, our two grand finalists. GodLike
I mean, like last year was bullshit. Like they got all the advantage, and the other teams got like disadvantage. So like people calling them drive, not thrive, you know.
Ooh, I like graphics.
I do too. I like numbers. Are there numbers on this?
We've got
What are they
numbers, we've got everything.
standing
Before we get into those,
like
I want
that,
to hear
right?
your overarching thoughts. Give me big picture right now for you for these two.
I started my COD Mobile journey watching and commentating with this goofball for India in Japan. So it is an absolute pleasure to be able to see GodLike make it this far in Worlds 23 against China's best.
It's a true story arc, really is. At the other side of things, Wolves expected to be here. We heard it time and time again throughout the entirety of the weekend that they knew they were going to be a grand finalist, but what they didn't expect was that it wasn't going to be LG on the other side of the stage. So are they going to be
GodLike is not like that anymore.
At all at
Crazy.
CDFI? Have they done their film? Have they done their research? Are they ready to take on this team that has been lightning hot all day long?
I love that point. That's super important to consider. And here's some of the stats that I was talking about proper, weighing pretty heavily in Wolves' favor right now.
I would say you could stack them up against anybody that was here this weekend, and the numbers will never look as good as Wolves. I mean, realistically, that one hardpoint loss was on Apocalypse. As far as their map win losses, yeah, again, one loss on Apocalypse. Throughout everything else, they have been dominant. Through so many different interviews, we have heard from so many different Wolf members that they will be to the grand finals, that they will claim the prize as the champion, much like how they were there at CDFI.
Here's the interesting thing, though. That blowout on Apocalypse actually has GodLike, even though they're 5-2 in hardpoint, they actually score better in differentials compared to Wolves. So even though Wolves are tough, even though they lost that one map, they have essentially played a lot tighter maps than GodLike had throughout the entirety of Swiss, and maybe even a little bit here in the bracket as you look to see who was eliminated by each squad. GodLike doing a little bit more work, considering
Yeah,
they didn't
that's
play an extra
crazy
match,
for
not
real
quite
right
getting
now.
through Swiss in the clean 3-0 fashion that Wolves did.
Still an
2-9,
impressive run on behalf of
Tribe,
both of these teams. Almost flawless for both of them.
Kagendra, Kings,
Really strong in semis to get to these
Exclusive,
finals. They took out massive
SPJ,
names along the way. Teams that we were
LG.
talking about the entire time, specifically LG, like you just mentioned to kick off to today. I mean, it's going to be a bloodbath.
To say the least, yeah, for sure. I mean, luckily enough here in Atlanta, there's no snow on the ground. Otherwise, the streets would be painted red ×2. I mean, realistically speaking, GodLike, they were really the only people here at DreamHack Atlanta watching Call of Duty Mobile that saw themselves getting to this grand final. Versus LG, a lot of us backstage and here on the desk, we're all sitting there saying, if it goes to that meltdown map number 5, there's no chance in hell that they do it. And then they completely wiped the floor with LG. 7-0. Did not have that on my bingo card.
Yeah, I think the thing is, stylistically, going in, if you were to tell us that this was going to be a matchup before what we saw today, I would have said GodLike has to win every respawn because Wolves are looking so dominant in the search. But after the firing range and after the meltdown, this GodLike team, I think, has all doors open, and I think there's going to be multiple avenues for them to be able to square up versus this Wolves team. It just comes down to what is there going to be the prediction in terms of what GodLike
How many
assumes that Wolves
matches
wants
they
to do,
gonna
and
play?
vice versa, because I think the map pools are actually pretty different between these two squads. So I think the veto
Can't
process
really
is going to
know.
make major dividends happen when it comes to having an
7.
advantage in this series.
And we've seen that happen all
Since
weekend,
it's
just
the
how important
grand
the pick and base
final,
phase of this competition is, even
so,
though it's not the part where they are playing. It determines how it will all play out. So as we're looking at these two, just give me what are your some expectations when it does come to that portion of the game?
This is probably going to be some of the most fundamentally sound Call of Duty Mobile that we have seen all weekend. Maybe barring some LG matchups, but you are dealing with a payload of individuals that have spent more than the calendar year playing with one another. The trust is going to be there. The search and destroy is going to be nerdy, to say the least. The hard point is going to be tight. The pressure is at an all-time high.
I think the thing too, just kind of looking at how
I
this
wonder
team,
why he
we got
shouted
followed along without their
like
Swiss.
that,
We were
though.
really impressed with what Peg and Zai were able to do for
For
this
me,
team, kind of
I don't know why
outside.
it
In that
looked
last
like
series,
가자!
he was all over
가자!
the place. He wasn't
가자!
missing
Something like
shots
that.
from the scope, both in the search and in the particular respawns where he's able to save the day a couple of times. So there's another element now being thrown into the mix here for this Wolves team. We're not just looking to see will the SMGs just run through GodLike. I think we have a new threat on the map here with Neon being as good as he is, and also showcasing his ability to rock the scope in both sides of game modes.
It is a little bit of the trifecta, isn't it, coming through for Wolves? I mean, you have to almost kind of meet that pace. We know that, at least stylistically.
The
from a
pain
team
is
perspective.
real.
And that was also our concern
The
when we were watching
pain
GodLike
is
versus
real,
LG.
but
Wolves definitely have
it's the final,
go
so
against their prey. But GodLike are no
they're
slouch
gonna
themselves.
drag the time for so
As we get
long.
ready with our players
Just
preparing
explaining
themselves up on
and
stage, I
hyping it up,
haven't asked
you know.
guys all day. I was saving it for the grand finals, and I want to hear from everybody in chat as well as we get the picks and bans up here on the screen as well. Who do you think's taking it home?
It's really tough because the thing about this, and I think everyone who's been following along with COD Mobile traditionally, there's 3 search and destroys, and I think there's still a lot of lingering feelings that Chinese regions, or Chinese teams rather, are the best search and destroy teams at this competition. So there's an advantage there. But let's take a look to see what's been happening in terms of the picks and bans overall, because I think there's going to be an avenue where GodLike can actually take both hard points, especially seeing it as a takeoff and a Hacienda. Both maps that they've been pretty good at over the course of the weekend, let alone in the history of them playing through stage 4.
It's
Whereas
not
we really
Express
haven't seen
anymore.
Wolves play either takeoff or Hacienda outside of just one time.
Well, I feel
I
like
mean, the hard points are
Express
definitely going to have to
S&D
be
is
where this GodLike roster does get the job
just
done. That's
China
like we were
team's
talking about it
map.
backstage.
Don't know why.
That is going
I
to
feel
remain
like
true
they are
both for the
really,
takeoff
really
and the
good at
Hacienda. Takeoff is
Express
going to be a
S&D.
great venue of success when it comes down to GodLike. They played it 4 times this weekend. The only loss that they had was in the
Tunisia
semifinal. They
meltdown.
lost it by 12
Wow.
points versus Luminosity. But throughout the entirety of all that, the decision making to understand what they
Sponsored
beat
by
or teams
Dino
were receiving
Inspiration,
shots
what
and
the-
operator usage as well is at an all-time high.
Looking at the search and destroy, this was kind of anticipated.
This
We've seen
is
GodLike
exactly a
continually veto out
Dino
the Express,
type
that's gone
of-
again, and then the same thing. Wolves have not liked playing SWAT. So those are both
Oh,
out of
wow.
the picture. Map 2 being firing range, that's where all the focus has to be here for GodLike. That's for sure a must-win map. Tunisia has been bread and butter styles for Wolves throughout pretty much their entire
Control
history of
is
playing through this
just,
year,
yeah,
and we know
standoff
what they can do at
raid.
Meltdown. So that being a potential map 7 after what we saw GodLike do could be really fun.
I love how we already kind of brought up the point just about search and destroy in Chinese teams as a whole. You kind of accentuate that point with an objective game mode when it comes down to control the hybrid in between respawn and objective. And it's very interesting to see the crossroads gone from GodLike's perspective.
A little bit,
You want to
yeah.
play the standoff and to also have the raid, the 2 controls in the best of 7. You already know you're going up against a very good search and destroy team in Wolves.
Yeah.
They are also the #1 control team out of China. This is going to be a very tough matchup stylistically, no matter how you want to spin it.
And there are no vetoes for the control because there is no veto advantage coming into single elimination. So this was standoff selected by GodLike. Pardon me, actually it was raid selected by GodLike and standoff selected by Wolves. So looking at the order of how these maps are going to play out, I really truly believe that in these first 4, GodLike has to take 2, which sounds like a pretty easy thing to say. Take 50% of the maps you play. But the thing about this is I don't love how these first 4 maps line up for GodLike based on what we've seen from Wolves in the last 2 days. And more beyond that, map 5, map 6, map 7 all look really good for Wolves based on their performance on raid in their last matchup. So I think if you're GodLike, you want to see the series get done quickly if possible.
Just a little bit of update for everybody at home. We're waiting just a couple more players to get themselves set up and ready to go while we're hanging out here getting prepared for the grand finals of our Call of Duty Mobile World Championship here live from DreamHack Atlanta, a 3-day long competition, and it was a grueling day 1, a very quick and decisive day 2, and now we have whittled it down to our last 2 teams, both of which will be taking home massive prize pool. But who takes home the title? Who takes home the trophy? Who takes home the rings that we talked about? There's a lot on the line, and there's a lot on the line for both of these teams because now we've gotten to a point in the discussion where it's a new region staking their claim in this World Championship, and that's massive just from a pride perspective for both of them.
And not only that, big shout out to the COD Mobile Esports guys. $170,000, I think is what they're going to be pulling at least.
Yeah.
The previous highest amount that India has ever won in any esport competition was $121,000. So they've already guaranteed themselves as the winningest team in India esports with the chance to really supersede that. Big shout outs to Mr. Bobby Plays for helping bring that stat to life.
Yep, where is Mr. Bobby Plays, of course? Would hope that he would be here watching all the competition. Of course he is. He's tucked away underneath some staircases, what I ended up seeing earlier. But regardless of the matter, it's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see if GodLike can get the job done.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, it's sounding like our grand finals match is about ready to go and get underway. In just a short while, we will crown ourselves a world champion in Call of Duty Mobile. This is it. Everything they fought for.
Oh my god, they look so like nervous.
Comes down to
You
this
know?
last
Oh my god, the
seven-game
pressure.
series. Which team will be the first
pressure
to
that
close
they
out
need to
those
do
four
well
maps.
in
We
this
are about
right
to find
game.
out proper
That is crazy.
shift. I cannot be any more excited to pass this off to you. Let's do it.
Let's have some fun there, friends. Oh, this is so cool. It's just, again, the story that we framed at the beginning of the day. They're all 4 teams that were left. 3 of them were all about, I got to go play that team or this other thing. There was all this extra drama between the two, but the India squad of GodLike were all about playing for themselves. We've got GodLike out of India.
Oh my god, let's go.
And we're into takeoff map 1 grand finals, COD Mobile World Championships one more time. Let's get it on.
Takeoff played one time for Wolves, and what we just got to see, it was a close affair versus Q9 earlier, but they got the job done. This is such a good map set for GodLike. If they can win this first map, like we already talked about, you have to try to survive to make it to the end of the best of 7.
Really solid start, just kind of 50-50 over the top of the hard point. Everyone kind of getting a feel for one another. Again, the statistics on this map should firmly favor that of GodLike based on how they've played it so far this week. In only a single instance we've seen Wolves. But the thing about this map too is if the SMGs can get hot early for Wolves, they could really become a problem. 16 plays 7. Lots of focus over towards rotation. Good kills for Wolves on the exits. That will establish them control the left side of the map as we look over towards the bottom part towards P2.
10 seconds remain here for P1, and as you say, the rotation towards new is what's immediately focused for Wolves just about 10 seconds ago. They've been having players anchor out inside of P2 already, but not blocking the spawns for P2.
Hi,
The
Dorothy.
biggest
Hello.
issue
How
for
are you
GodLike is
doing?
that the positional advantage
Hello,
for Wolves
hello.
is what's spawning across the map.
Yeah, with the Predator Missile, it makes things a little bit more comfortable here for Wolves on rotation. Abiz does find a handful of kills. That's 3 in a row for him. That keeps the hard point at least more contestable from GodLike trying to break from the front. Long route being hit by King, number 4.
I mean, I support Wolves, but
GodLike are all in from the front. They climb the scaffolding.
I
they
love
get in, they
Wolves.
find some time
Wolves,
to contest.
they're just my
Follow
favorite
from
team.
Neon. Able to lead
They are my
shot from the front,
favorites,
you can see the
but
Wolves members have to have their
I
hands on
don't
the swivel
mind
as GodLike is swarming the hard point, just not able
the
to find the
winners.
kills to fully
They
get
both
in.
won the
Abiz
game,
again, though,
to be
becomes the
honest.
catalyst, opening the door, and
They
one more
both
player
did
to find.
well.
Prevail will get the kill, and there would be GodLike finding their first significant amount of time.
This is a big 25 seconds to have for yourself if you are GodLike. And I gotta say, heads up play still spawning out for them. While the hard point was still active, trying to cut off the reinforcements for Wolves that were spawning effectively in for P2. That said, Wolves still have close respawns. They're trying to hit through the old time, given that GodLike are trying to set themselves up for the first money hill, which is P3.
Yeah, timing here actually favors Wolves, not only because they're able to get this exit, but with as much time as left in the hard point, they can still make moves across the middle map, and the kills are coming through. Neon, like we framed up, a big double backside red. That will establish some control as far as how Wolves want to try to find an entryway in towards this third hard point, and they're going to have operators to help establish this control on top of it. King, good shots with Peg, able to take down more GodLike members, and it's getting a little bit out of hand here for GodLike. Have to slow things down, have to find some sort of a setup together, because at the moment it's feeling very individual.
oh my god, but look how the Zai,
and Wolves are off to the races.
how close
P3
the
is where we're
phone
gonna see a lot of
to
these
his
operators
face.
come out and have to find a media effect. As you said, you want
He is
realistically to be
holding
able to
the
find a whole lot
phone
more when you do pop out that war
so
machine, but
close to his
I mean,
face, like
Wolves, as far
right
as
in
effective
front of
usage
your
for their
eye,
operators
fucking
coming
eyeballs,
out on
bro.
top. You still have Luren's
Also
operators. Should you want to use
Neon,
it,
but
same
Zai
from
is
Peg from the
still...
opposite side. But it seems that we're going to try to get the job done the hard way as an Annihilator gets popped by Luren, immediately shut down.
It's getting a little jittery right now for GodLike. A couple of good moments here and there in the kill feed, but it's
Oh
not
my
really
God.
amounting to significant time.
Oh.
Wolves definitely holding the edge
That's
in terms of how
unfortunate.
this map is trending towards their direction. 83 plays 37. Couple of extra seconds here at the end. And GodLike, I will say early, you need to find this rotation right here to P4. Get yourself back into this game.
Also, this game gonna be so good because they both got the confidence at the moment because they won a lot of games to championships. It's not like
and it looks like GodLike have a pretty good read here as far as where Wolves are spawning. There's only one out. King could possibly play a pitcher, but he can stay down. And now GodLike have full control of P4.
Well, luckily enough, especially for Trunks, whether or not he was
yeah,
able
we
to
can't even
see
see his face. That's how close
he's
he's going.
42 bullets left, and they're sliding on in. Learn. Gonna end up using his hunter-killer drone to at least clear the space furthermore for Veil. Utilizing the Predator missile is keeping all these players at bay. It needs to be stressed. You needed the majority of this time if you are GodLike before that got out of hand in the first set.
And they absolutely provide brilliant usage of the operators. Now the last hit coming out from Wolves, all of it from the front doors. What? How does King get 3? That's enough to allow Qing to get in. Can he find the final kills? Abiz, oh, what a double!
He brought the point, but they didn't show King's perspective, they showed the other's perspective.
I mean, barring King just sliding in, somehow finding a triple, GodLike turn P4 into a damn near full 60.
Oops.
That flips the lead, albeit by 8. Going in towards the second set, see where GodLike are currently positioned on the map. Still so much that has to be done. Operators in the back pocket. 4 Wolves, 2 players strong. EMP system on the way for Prevail should he want to use it.
Really good stuff coming out of Abiz to keep his team in it. We said that a lot during the Hacienda map #1 when they had played in their previous series, and he's doing it here once again. Abiz taken down. Little caster curse there as Wolves are able to find themselves 3 straight eliminations, and now right back into the hard point. Go Chinese's team's best.
Really?
Opportunity for GodLike still to try to make things mixy from the high ground, but Wolves now have full control of the 2
I mean, he always
points of areas
for
that you
like
want.
a
Here over
lot
the top
of teams and players,
super
so
pivotal, and Wolves have a chance to soak up a majority of this back 20 seconds.
It was right around this time in the first set that Wolves really started to sink their teeth into GodLike. They have the close spawns for P2, keeping P1 contested. 10 seconds still remain as far as P1 is concerned, and GodLike are trying to send players in from the staircase on their side of the map. A spawn out does occur. You have one player, that's Abiz, that effectively spawns in for P2, but wonderfully scouted out by Peg, shutting things down before the rotation towards New.
But Trunks is able to kind of step into where he had left off, and GodLike will have a chance to make this mixy on rotation. Keeping an eye on Neutrino. War Machine gets popped. This is almost a solo play from him. His teammates are starting to flood in from window side, and he's going to have Wolves almost spawn trapped here in the back. The help is here for GodLike.
Can I have
Wolves
some
get out of this?
improvement?
So
Damn,
much
the
explosion happening in their
Sparrow.
spawn. We've got Gravity Vortex guns, Sparrows, War Machines, the kitchen sink, if you will. And Neutrino's going to continue to lock it down with an AR. A brilliant moment here for GodLike, and it forces the hand of Wolves to have to use something to try to crack this code.
Now really starts to make your head scratch if you are Wolves. With the amount of time you contested for P1, you played for the future over by P2. But all of the operator usage was so good from GodLike, and now they have to close on to try to reinforce for the scrap time. Wolves feel like they're threatened to probably use some of their operators themselves should they want to do so. But you just have to try to keep this contested for about 10 seconds and hold the rotation towards New. But so much easier said than done.
GodLike are taking their attention over towards the top side of the minimap, rotating through red, trying to get in the back doors of this third hard point. Neutrino does have the Predator missile, doesn't quite land for much as Wolves will cleanly exit away from the second hard point and make their way towards mid-map. It'll be a fight, 50-50, as the hard point opens up. Peg from the front could really change things up with the Purifier if he wants to pop it here, but instead, just the SMG, Neutrino will meet him. Prevail also getting involved. GodLike 2 for 1 on the kill feed, and it's clean immediately afterwards. GodLike able to step into the third person time early.
But they're all kind of trapped inside the hard point. That's a great read to take down Neon from Trunks to make sure that at least they have an exit going over towards the courtyard. 40 seconds remain here on P3, and Wolves are setting themselves up for a little bit of a break.
This equalizer is annoying as hell whenever I say these operator skills in Trumps. Equalizer, bro.
Abiz able to catch it by surprise.
Oh shit, he's at the corner.
Starts to grow their lead. Trunks on the outside, gets a good read of the spawns, and a clean kill feed again for GodLike. Neon and Qing, last players left alive, trying to find a way to flush out these remaining GodLike members, but are unable to do so.
Damn, that hit glitch was crazy.
And GodLike now grow a major cushion, 165 to 113, and heading towards rotation again.
And P4 is where they
everyone is grow and Fennec. Yeah, I mean, the whole champ was full of Fennec and the grow, and in SND it's Lucas Electron. It's just like that. Just Fennec grow versus Fennec grow. So basically you aim and the playstyle you know, that it depends on that, because they were using the same guns anyways.
Forcing their way in the hard way. Trunks beats it with the claw and a nade combination. That'll be good for 3.
Oh,
GodLike with the numbers, and they have a perfect read on where Wolves are trying to hit this from. Oh, it's been clean so far from GodLike ever since we were here in the last rotation through, and they very well. They find themselves on the 200-point mark on this hill.
Operator usage
And
is
the
an
Wolves
absolute
spawning
chef's
just
kiss out
outside
from
of the
GodLike,
points.
reacting to when Wolves ever try to
Nice,
utilize
nice.
theirs. Trying to do it the hard way for the back 15 seconds. You
But
feel
the-
like you need all of that, plus the majority of time on P1, plus the rotation towards new. It's a 70-point lead, give or take. That GodLike currently hold over
But
Wolves'
also
head.
coached Marvel and
Wolves
Shot.
feel like they have to
Yeah,
fight for
also
the
like the
second here.
balance.
No reason not to. Spawns
The
will be
team
just over towards the
Oxygen.
left side of the map. Looking to fight for the high ground.
Because he
Neutrino.
was
Big
coached
GodLike win on
from
the King.
Oxygen and
Holds on to one of the
Viva
3 major corners.
Guards,
Looking
Guards,
for it. Oh my
yeah.
goodness, Lord is
I'm kidding.
snapping. And he's not done until King comes off spawn and finally bests him. GodLike still in the hard point. Over the 200-point threshold they go. Wolves struggling to find any sort of a footing since the first rotation of hard points. Really since the first 3 hills, if we're being super specific, and that
Darn.
continues to be the case.
Them holding the
GodLike
points
ripping it apart.
is crazy.
2-11
Like,
counting on up, 35 seconds left to be soaked here
Just-
in P1. Trunks has 45 kills. He's leading the entire lobby. Comparatively to the opposite side, your usual suspects aren't showing up. Peg is at an uncharacteristic 26 kills. Where is the slaying god for Wolves?
Bees is also just kind of floating from kill to kill. Pred missile
Darn.
called in. GodLike able to step closer towards getting themselves in that first map win column. Trunks, good double out of him. Finally put down by Qing, and Wolves will follow up. Okay, moment of control here. Clean kill feed leads to Wolves being able to soak up the scrap and make moves over towards new. Can they win the gunfights though? That seems to have been the problems for the last 5 minutes of this map, and GodLike are going to rip them apart. Blue in the kill feed again, and with that, Abiz may put this out of reach with the Sparrow.
okay.
Looking good for it as
It's
Wolves
just the
will spawn
first
back
game,
over
so
towards the
let's
left-hand
see
side,
the
and
other
GodLike have every bit of
they
awareness that
already
this
got
is
the
happening.
But they're
points,
walking into Trunks, who
they
also pulls out
got
the claw,
those
finds himself too,
operator
forces King
skills
to pull
ready.
out the Sparrow of his own. You have to shut down these operators and somehow contest the time.
Yeah,
because GodLike are
this
still
guy got
keeping it
operator
contested.
skills ready as
Prevail,
well.
equalizer, oh, and inside. Able to find the claw
Nice,
just in the
nice,
nick of time.
nice.
Peg on the hunt with the purifier. This guy
Nice.
forces him out into the open, but it still works out for a double kill. Not done with the claw yet is Zai as he's able to
No,
combine a
don't get
handful of
us,
eliminations
Zai.
and also gain a little bit of breathing room here. Wolves are not out of this. 20 seconds still to fight for. GodLike gonna give this a good old college try. See if they can find their way around the backside. Learn gets 2 before being shut down by a war machine. Numbers not
Oh,
great for
behind
GodLike.
though.
Here comes the return for Wolves to the hill, but Learn and Trunks, they're still alive. Peg, last one left up top.
Nice,
Neither
nice.
team could obviously win here, but it is really good news for
Next
GodLike to make
point,
Wolves
next
really
point.
stretch on this rotation.
You effectively have to cut through the middle of the map in about a 6-second time. You have an operator
Yeah,
in
I
your
think
back pocket.
it's
You are safe.
GodLike's
One operator
map.
at least available for Neutrino. Predator missile comes out, but Learn finds Sue. The kills are going in GodLike's way.
They can pop the war machine right here, just blow him out of the map. That's exactly what's going to happen. Gravity
Oh,
Vortex gun will
shit.
focus on one side, war machine on the other, and
Yeah,
nobody
they
from
already got
Wolves
that
is going to be able to get
operator
into this hard
skills.
point.
They're gonna
Last
win the
couple
hard
shots come
point.
out. Wolves individually
Yeah,
trying to work
not
their way
got no time to
on, but
push in.
No, GodLike, after a slow start in the first 3 hills, never look back and take a convincing map 1 win.
Step 1 done for GodLike. As far as this best of 7 is concerned, that map 1 was everything for them to try to survive even longer.
As soon as the game finishes, the music they play is
the first set of hard points there in map number 1 was terrifying from GodLike's perspective. They were down considerably until we saw the end of P3 and then in towards P4 where they got a damn near full 60 off the operator usage. From there on out, it really felt like that they were extremely comfortable on the map.
And I have to say, kind of again, evaluating how GodLike play this map compared to other teams who have preferred it in the past, the best thing about that rotation from 3 to 4 is how quickly they were able to establish and force Wolves to spawn at the front doors at the 4th hard point. There was a couple of players that spawned up behind them, but they were quick to read it, and again, their operator usage was so well focused on where Wolves were coming from. A major map 1, not only because it starts you off on the right foot,
You know
but
what?
importantly, that was Wolves' hard
The
point.
music they
So,
pick is
huge advantage
crazy.
when it comes to
So like if
selecting your way through
there
this
was a
series.
Korean team,
250, 186,
I'm sure they're gonna
the
play a
3
Gangnam
kills
Style,
from
bruh.
heaven.
That or the song or just BTS remix of Gangnam Style and the BTS. What is this music?
I think this answers the question. I mean, barring some really strange, uncharacteristic KD ratio coming out from Peck, he looked extremely uncomfortable, but it could also be said on the
Darn,
opposite
Phoenix
side.
hit 3
that
kills,
GodLike
huh?
just looked that much more comfortable on the map. Their teamwork, cohesion, and overall operator usage was just shutting down everything that makes Wolves so terrifying in respawn.
Yeah, and that's the biggest thing is you don't allow the SMGs to just dominate.
That's right.
You know, Zai had a couple of moments here and there. Wolves generally as an
But
SMG frontline had a couple
in
moments
your
here and there,
area.
but largely speaking, they
Gangnam
weren't able
Style.
to take over, which is something
Yeah.
we've seen, like you just mentioned,
They're gonna
all
do
throughout
that.
the entirety of the weekend, even as most recently as that last series versus Q9. So again, just have to read it one last time. That is a huge map 1 win for GodLike. Coming up next, Search and Destroy. Firing range is on the docket for us, which if you missed the opening
Oh my god, what is
holy
that
cannoli.
sleeves
GodLike
on his
looked
finger?
unbelievable.
Did you
Able to
see that?
respond
That
to LG's
long
early
ass
aggression.
thumb
They played
sleeve
3 different
looking.
5v5 post plants, sneaking a ninja
So
defuse
he
in one in
puts
particular, and
the
then after
thumb
that,
sleeves with
mental
the
chess absolutely
other
favored
fingers
GodLike.
as
They made
well.
great
Darn.
adaptations throughout the map.
It's just insane to be able to see somebody, a team, much less GodLike of all teams here at Worlds, being able to meet the pace of LG, shut it down, split the half 3-3, and then win the next 4 in a row.
Yeah.
It's almost unheard of with the powerhouse that is Luminosity Gaming, but GodLike are the real.
But this guy
freaking
looks
deal. I
like
think
a
that when it comes down to
Mexican or
firing range,
something,
not only are we going to be able to
somehow.
see that consistency of pace coming through from this GodLike roster, they're also quite adept at adapting to whatever team they are facing. We've seen that in Search and Destroy continuously, whether you're watching on the mainstream or you're watching on the Bravo, Charlie, or Delta stream, wherever GodLike were playing at. That has been a consistency for them the entire weekend.
And
Why
just to
he
kind of point
uses
the other
a
side of the
middle
coin
finger?
here, you know, Wolves,
Yeah,
they're a great Search and Destroy team. We've
I
seen
guess
time and
the
time again, they kinda
buttons
came
is
into this
clicking
event
is
as
important.
probably
I
the
don't know.
highlight Search and Destroy team from China. But you look at firing range, that has
Wow,
not
and
necessarily
how?
been a
Let's
map that
go.
they've preferred, nor do they have super convincing results on. Have not played it yet this weekend. They were 6-1 on it in Season 4, but don't let that number fool you, because most of those were like 9-6s and stuff of the nature, and they even lost this in overtime to elevate in that CDFI Grand Final. So there are some things there where if this GodLike team were prepped up for it, they may have an idea as far as what exactly this Wolves team prefers to do.
You need it
as
too?
we're coming into this event. They won't have anything immediate to look at, but there is a lot of tape dating back to when they were playing in CDFI.
They did have a little exceptional amount of time in between the last
Lot more
series.
time.
But I don't know if
And
it's
for
gonna be
sure,
really
it's
good or
talk things
not.
over with the team, with the coaching staff, whatever they have at their disposal to be able to learn as much as possible. I also saw them kind of sitting in the crowd, a few of their players, and actually trying to watch and converse with one another, trying to figure out how these
Your
teams
nail is
are
too
going to stack
sharp.
up against each other. There's one player in particular you need to watch out for. I don't care the Search
Yeah,
and
like
Destroy
us.
that you are playing.
I'm using
Neon.
four
That guy was
fingers
out of this
for,
world
you know, the
ridiculous.
aiming
Came out
buttons
outside
and
Search
the
and Destroy
shooting
versus Q9.
buttons.
His sniper
Even
is
I
the
cut my
truth the other
nails
day.
so
Like, he was
short.
clutching up with it in a multitude of moments.
I keep touching it with my nails.
No way you can let that happen.
Yeah, I think this is one of those games that we could actually just
Like
go ahead
whenever
and
I
say,
click
keep an
the
eye on
aim
that battle,
button
it's gonna be easy
or
beyond.
like
And
jump,
whether it's first
slide,
blood battles or if
or
it's
shooting
something that's
buttons,
kind of left
but
to
it's
the
all
play
index
watch, whatever it
fingers
happens to be,
and
that 1v1 between
maybe
those two
my
sniper
the
rifles in
position
particular
is
could be the
weird,
difference
but
maker in this
I
map.
keep touching
Again,
it with the
I would say
nails.
this, even though, again, the numbers
Yeah,
say
the hard
Wolves
point
are
games
well
works
rehearsed, they play it a
worst,
lot,
but
have
you never
played this
know.
weekend. I have a lot of favor for GodLike here in map number 2.
I do too. Momentum
You never
is
know.
a hell
There's
of a drug.
still
And honestly speaking, the way that
games
GodLike bounced
left.
themselves back
It
from
was
that
just the
one-point
first
deficit
game.
and took it in stride. You really do need everything that you possibly could offer if you are Wolves, should you want to even up this series.
Yeah, absolutely the case.
What the?
Small false start here.
What the?
And just a reminder, in case you just tuned in late, takeoff, that was Wolves' hard point pick.
Ay.
And massive to say, consider that GodLike looked as good as they did. Coming up after the firing range, we still have a standoff going in for the control. That is one that I don't know if it necessarily favors one side or the other. I think just generally speaking, Wolves have preferred to stay away from raid. So you kind of look at them on their pick saying there's a reason why they wanted to
I
in the mix,
mean,
but we know how standoff could be. Sometimes
people
it's very, very
said
coin-flipping.
LG
And then after
was
that,
the
then you
best
got
team
GodLike's
in
hard
Call of
point
Duty
pick,
Mobile,
which
like,
tossed into what they were really clutching icy
now,
on when they
right now.
played, just
But
a bit ago
GodLike
up against
beat
LG. So again, I
LG,
think the first half of this map set really
which
does
is
look pretty favorable towards
crazy.
GodLike, and you need to come out with at least 2, if not maybe 3 of these first 4 maps if you want to have a chance to win today.
It is the scarier part, again, coming from a single elimination bracket, is that you don't get the veto on the controls.
Yeah.
So you're almost sitting there looking at the opposite side of the stage if you are Wolves, and you're like, please pick Crossroads,
Yeah.
please pick Crossroads.
Yeah.
Because they
Oh,
only
darn.
played raid one time through stage 4, and they lost it. Of all things, I think that you have to be looking at Wolves just to kind of rely on They're trying to
But this guy for real looks like a
Search and Destroy is very
Latino,
good. And they're
like
number one control team out of China. So
Mexican
is
or
that enough to
something.
carry
But
them
he
through
also
the
look
rapid
alike
position
with
that
my
is Godlike
last
roster?
All good points. We vibing in
my
the crowd,
tutor.
I see you, brother. Hanging out.
Just change him
It's
to
been
British
energetic all
and
day
he
long.
looks
And I
like
think
my
the biggest thing about
tutor.
it is everyone was coming in today like,
I'm
okay,
not
what
even
time
kidding
does
though.
LG
I was
play?
I was
And
thinking like,
everything has kind of gone
guy's
first,
face
decided
like
next year,
familiar to me
everything's been turned aside. It's just
somehow,
wild to kind
and
of
I
see those
just realized
expectations be pretty much
he
well accepted
looks
across
like
the entire
my
community.
he looks like my
And the
tutor
surprise
for
story just
real.
continued to make its way through this tournament with GodLike. And what a story it is. Again,
Shit.
it's one of those things like when you hear these interviews and everyone's talking about other teams, everyone's talking about East versus West, and then you got India that's just talking about themselves. And they're just like, hey, we're just here, we're a group of guys. It's pretty inspiring to see what they've been able to do. Very wholesome.
Well, you know, it's awesome to be able to truly witness.
Oh, yeah,
I
he
remember
looks like,
I was sitting backstage with Glitter, just waiting for the outcome of that Luminosity versus GodLike roster or matchup, excuse me. In that map number 5, I have never stood out of my seat all weekend long to come sprint out to the main stage to witness it firsthand.
Yeah, nuts.
You remember last year in Raleigh, nobody took India seriously. Nobody at all.
We didn't have a reason
Wait,
to.
No, you
who
wouldn't.
was that
Both teams
trying
just did not show
babyface
up
from
and
the
looked as
Japanese
prepared as they
team?
needed to be.
So you take a look at both GodLike and Vitality from that year's end, and you're like, hey,
Trying
you want to mess around and
face.
create a super team, much like how
Baby
Luminosity
face.
did, and you get the better of,
Sure.
I guess, what was global number 1?
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah. And I think the thing too that's again just a credit
I
to the
wanna
Snapdragon Pro
follow
Series
his
is
Twitter.
that season 4 format helped teams grow I think a ton
'Cause
across
it
the
was-
world.
Oh.
5 weeks worth of group stages followed up by a regional playoff. You got a lot more
Well,
time
they're
to kind of
showing
go through
the
and think about what went wrong,
KD's
what went right,
background
really
of
break
the
things down, really
players.
do your homework. And it
They're
looks
just
like
exposing
GodLike have
it.
definitely provided the
Oh.
prep that we were hoping to see from them last year here in 2023.
Easy chat.
Issues have been resolved.
Is
We're ready
it
to get
easy
things
to-
going. It's Fire and Search and Destroy again. Major favorite, you would think, just based on how GodLike played it before. They will be starting off on the defensive side. No early aggression here from Wolves as GodLike take a bit of a gamble stack over towards B, and they're actually pushing through. If they get this top jungle route, that would be massive for GodLike's map control.
But you have to imagine that
Oh, he
Wolves are
doesn't
going to
hide.
be watching that. 2 players strong around Wood, even the bomb carry here for Jing, expecting the push to come through. These 3 players for GodLike expecting the same thing. Somebody needs to push through.
What? That is an unbelievable shot from Neon.
Oh my
Abiz
god.
was in a prime position to watch that cross, proned up in a window, and Neon just jump peek connects. And now
Oh my
there's
god.
more. Looking for an extra opportunity to kind of get the numbers in favor of Wolves. Looks like that opportunity has closed. And now we follow the bomb carrier over
But-
towards the A site. In their way is Learn.
Of
The
course,
only one
they
here.
showing
Some of
us
shots
the
come from a handful of Wolves members. It's
dead,
actually enough to kind of push a handful
dying
back, but
person's
as the smoke comes
perspective,
through, it's
not
enough
the
cover for Shane
shooters.
to get this bomb planted.
Yeah. They never show us the good kill moment. They're just showing us the dying moment, the kill effect, bro.
Coming through from America for GodLike.
Looks like all 4 members are going to try to flood this. Over the top, King able to help out. King holding on to his life over the top of the bomb site as well. Peg from trail.
Oh my god, that
assisted.
A1
Player left
movement
nowhere to
was
go.
good though.
And yeah, good post play. Really good feel. And it all starts with that battle. Neon versus Abiz. Tally at 1-0 in favor of Abiz. Or part of Neon.
All I'm going to say is I'm not surprised. That guy is nuts. That first blood was just about everything for them to be able to pivot through the middle of the map and get that bomb planted over at A. Everybody on Wolves
Also,
got killed that
does
previous round.
Roofs have like Twitter accounts or
Stacking their
whatever?
defense over towards A. More patience here from
You know,
Wolves.
I'm
You
the
can
true
definitely tell
support.
that
I
their
need to be
whole
the
idea
true
is
supporter
let's
of
try to feel
Wolves.
things out with our scopes. And Abiz once again will
But since
drop
they are
very early
Chinese,
on.
they I
Wolves
guess they
have
don't
so
use
much
like
clock to play with. And this is the thing that we've seen out of Wolves, is they get numbers advantage
Twitters
and
and
will kill
anything.
all noise, create doubt, force GodLike to start second-guessing their setup before they
I don't think they
actually build themselves,
have
try to
the
hit.
mythic row
Very popular
in this
Search and
account.
Destroy,
You know, they are using the
especially looking at
account
this Wolves
they
roster.
got
I mean,
from
they
the
have
champs.
numbers. They know they took the sniper
The
down,
account
but they're still expecting
has
for a push
every
to
single
still come through.
legendaries
You
and
still have a
stuff.
full-on stack for GodLike around the same bomb site, expecting the push to still come over there.
They do?
Double stack in front of the site. Help learning over the top. That's Learn himself. Here comes the hit. And the crossfire is really good. Free phone. Able to get the one. Neon over the top. Jump snipe will hit.
Oh my god.
Find the
Jay,
second
is that
one.
you?
Follow forward,
Oh my
and that will
god.
be enough to collect the kills. Bomb does get dropped in the process, though. But the numbers offensively super favoring Wolves. We go to a 4v2.
So trying to maneuver towards this A bomb site, need to collect the
Oh my god.
completely lay it down.
God
but
damn.
again, Neon holding the angle,
Neon!
able to get the quick sight. and Zai's able to plant the bomb, it is just
Nice.
over. Again, you really do feel like for a lot of these rounds aren't going to come in
The guy, you did it through like.
Sure, absolutely. And there's going to be a decision that has to be made here in round number 3 for GodLike.
I do that all the time
though.
though. Oh guys!
To stay away from him and force this
What
Wolves
happened
front
to
line
my
to have
voice?
good
I always
playmakers.
do that, so I understand
Teams over
it.
towards B jungle. Nothing there to connect with, so those will go empty. Trunks playing a crossfire with Prevail. And it looks like we're getting our answer here early here, proper. Both Snopes for the side of GodLike have backed up completely until Neutrino tries to play
Yeah,
a
it
little bit of
shows
elevation
the
topside.
neon,
Tan
bro.
and Neon again converts for first blood.
Yeah, the aim and
shoulder, he will take off your
accuracy is
entire
just
torso.
crazy when Neon
That
snipes.
is just the Neon
He's
way.
the like one of the
Still
best
sitting three, excuse me,
snipers.
for GodLike. And I would say play more patient and expect the push to come to you. But by the time, again, any bit of information is soaked and absorbed by Wolves, they're ready to pounce and turn that into a couple kills.
Yep. Abis is going to have to step forward here, too. And not going to
Nice,
happen.
Neon.
Neon continues to connect. It's just nothing safe to peek right now. If you're GodLike, Neon isn't missing. Already got 5 kills, and we're just in round 3 with still more kills potentially to come. Nade over the top will be sent over towards barrel position. Peg able to get another
Oh my
elimination
God.
through mid-map, makes this plant nearly a guarantee. And Abis will not be able to do too much. No chances at pre-firing the bomb or finding a kill on the exit. So once more, we find ourselves in a 2v4. Not good news here for GodLike.
Having to retake with the bees in his scope. Lurin also picks up a scope from the ground as well. Is able to at least find 2 quick scopes in succession.
They always miss all the kills and they showing it after they got the kills. Like, what's the point, bro? This guy, he got 2 kills with the sniper and they showing it after the kills.
Trying to protect the player inside a trailer, but then it's a double wide swing from Wolves, finding both kills simultaneously. So normally it would be Abis and Neutrino that are sniping, but someone may want to give it over to Lurin if he's hitting quick snopes like that.
I mean,
Take care, Soleil. Bye.
Have a resounding 0 kills in between the two as they're still trying to figure out where the hell Neon is located at. Might have to make a compelling argument for it there, brother. Smoke through the middle of the map, at least getting some warning shots out. But all of Wolves, again, are just waiting for somebody for GodLike to overextend.
Yeah, this is literally a battle of discipline right here. It's GodLike versus themselves, essentially. Don't overpeak. Take hard scoped angles. Force Wolves to make tough
Oh my
decisions.
God.
Don't let them just pick you apart one by one with the scopes. King has gotten a super forward angle. Expect that Wolves will try to do something to rotate
Oxygen.
GodLike over towards
How
this
you
A
doing?
site and try to feed King a couple of free shots.
King is pushed all the way up over towards the A bomb site. That's a lot of space cleared. With all 10 players still remaining in the lobby, Zai thinks that's a delicious idea to plant the bomb.
Yeah. Neutrino trying to hope for some spam shots. Not
Oh
going
my
to work
god,
out.
they
And
just,
again, the difference
they're
maker
not
is King,
pushing
playing on that 1-for-1
over,
angle
like,
over the
they're
top.
not
Flank on
rushing,
the way in the back.
but
Peg has a pretty
they're
good
pushing
idea of this,
together
but he actually
though.
looks away
2
at the
guys.
exact wrong moment. Can GodLike find success on this retake from behind? Lauren able to get the first. And
Oh,
now
Neon got him.
Trusted has to find a couple just to make sure this Woods House position stays locked in. Abis takes down King in the corner. Now numbers for
Ooh,
GodLike. Neon
what?
comes up empty. Now numbers significantly for the side of GodLike. Jing and Zai.
Nice,
Last
nice.
one's left. Late play from Qing. Oh, and he's able to
Ooh.
find a handful. Prevail. 1v1.
I don't know why
Can he
why
get here
he's
in
not
time?
pushing
Shing's just gonna
inside
follow
of the
clock.
wood,
Has
but
to
then
hop it. Here's the check. Shot comes through. Wait, does
Ooh.
he have enough time for it? No. Almost stepped on in the nick of time, but it went to 2 seconds too quickly, and Wolves will have a 4-0 edge.
It's a game of discipline, Alan. You already called it right at the beginning of that round. And Wolves understand that. I mean, Jing's positioning over by Bathroom was everything, especially when you already had players push over by the A bomb site. Things you need to be aware of if you are GodLike and try to adapt, given that there's only 2 more rounds on this side.
Idea for a quick hit defensively through B, but again, Wolves just are not budging. Quick play from Trunks, caught on sprint.
time.
You can feel GodLike getting antsy. Nothing's working their way. It's a very different style than what they just played versus LG. Neon still shrugged off. Long-range shots are good. Prevail also trying to sneak forward, gets shut down. It's just Wolves are just happy to sit around for the first 45 to 60 seconds of the round and said, yeah, come on in. We'll take these 1v1s from our fortified houses.
Making this firing range feel like an Arcloth peak with how
I'll
much
say.
Space that they have and how much time they're able to exhaust. GodLike
Yeah,
just
I
not
didn't have
getting
enough
antsy.
time to
They're at least
defuse the
taking down Neon,
bomb.
but you're still in a 3v4. Bomb's
Yeah.
gonna get planted here today.
It's another odd man situation.
Oh, shit.
Post plant. Oh my goodness, if King is able to get that scope up again, there is a pretty heavy chance that he converts. Follow-up play from Zaya, mid-trailer, works out well for not one but two. Last player left is
Damn,
Neutrino.
bro.
Nowhere to go. I mean, it really
You know,
is the
whenever
simple
Wolves
fact of
plays
this happened,
S&D,
decided by GodLike, just running into
everything
Wolves, we're
happens
happy to
so
have it.
fast. I mean, sometimes they just wait and wait patiently, but when the kill happens, just everything happens so quick. Even when they went against Kings in Express S&D, they were killing so fast.
What an angle from Abiz. A quick slide through from Prevail had Neon preoccupied, and Abiz's late pick will work out for first blood. Nice little cheeky play off the front side. Trunks also up close
Oh,
to
shit.
Wood window will take down two, and here we go. GodLike starting to find a lot of control all of a sudden.
But now they
is it
know
maybe
they are
too little,
waiting
too late? Last defensive round of the half for them, looking pretty locked
for
in,
them
but
to pick,
even that
so
told, there's still a chance here with King still alive. First
now
shot
they're
goes
gonna
wide.
change their
There will
gameplay
not be
style, but then
initially
Wolves
another
gonna
hit for a
change their
second. The
gameplay
double
style as
third
well
Abiz
after
will
this
find the
round,
kill. That
I
will get
think.
the first round for GodLike.
First round, but I feel like it's a day late and a round short.
Yeah, well, three rounds short, really.
Yeah, truly. 5-1 half. Now you need to convert on all of these rounds just to potentially force overtime. You are GodLike, who are now on the offense. At least you got to see what happens when you take down at least one scope.
Ooh.
Trunks can get in their face.
Wolves stacking two into trailer. Nades are actually landing
They
here.
were
Pegasus got
able.
tagged up by a handful of utility. Does GodLike have the ability to flush this out? Do they even want to? Trunks will sneak forward. Bomb from Prevail getting planted. Here's the check from Wolves. Toe tags come through, but not enough to stop the plant. Prevail will get it down. Jump peek from
Ooh.
Peg. Not going to work out as Neutrino tallies first blood.
Oh
That is
my,
not a good nade. Get out, Mr. President. Get out of there.
and I didn't even know you can throw the grenade in that trailer through that
There's just no
hole on
exit
the
here whatsoever.
ceiling.
Neon has to literally
Oh,
force the door open.
nice,
Okay,
nice.
that
What the
may be
hell?
enough. Qing's able to get two. Trade starting to come
How did
through,
they get
but a little bit
two?
of presence for GodLike. Is it enough? Down to a
1v1.
1v1. Neutrino playing from the opposite side. 13 seconds on the clock. Qing
No, no,
has
no,
not
no.
seen him yet. Neutrino just holding cover and then pops up as soon as
Nah.
utility connects. Well played, and GodLike get two in a row.
Yeah, really well played coming out from GodLike. Again, given that fact that they were able to get on that bomb site very, very quickly, holding middle of the map, those players trapped inside a tin as long as they did. Plus, the post plant was
They became
exhausting about like 10-15
crushes
seconds
now? Yeah,
before
yeah.
those players finally left trailer.
Also the side changed, you know.
And this is one of those things, when you drop 5.5, you better hope that your second half is just better prepped than whatever Wolves have to offer. First blood again to Neon. He has been all over it, and King will
Nice.
follow up the scopes for Wolves. Such an issue, such a problem. And now you've got a very laborious 3v5. Wolves can just sit back and enjoy the scenes until Learn actually sneaks up. If he could get this planted, it would be
Not using
massive,
the
but the check
silence.
for
Yeah,
Peg's
they're
good.
just using the
Definitely
thing
confirmation on the damage that
good
had been done
for like,
previously. And the last
oh,
two
what
members
was
of
it?
GodLike are stuck at
Like
the top.
flashbangs and stuff,
Make it
no?
one.
I don't know.
Little back and forth jump shot. Neon gets the better. And we'll find the last
Unreal.
of Neutrino. So map point here for Wolves. Again, it is just a game of mere inches. You cannot afford to make any mistakes. To your point there, Shift, you gotta play it so perfectly on this side, given that you gave up 5 rounds on the
Oh my god,
defense.
but I really wanna have the
Maybe a
local
custom call
selector and
over
it
towards
looks
me.
so
Resistance will
cool.
keep them safe. But again,
That's just
King jump
insane.
peeks that and connects? Are you kidding me? Prevail
Ooh.
gets into closet, but King is still backed up and playing over through tire side. Abiz is having a little bit of an
No, no,
issue
no.
with Zai on the backside of Car. And the kills for Wolves are fully here.
Ooh.
Defense is rotated over. It's clean.
1v3.
It's polished. And it's just down to Neutrino.
Yeah, it's
Nowhere
gonna
to
be
go.
Wolves.
7-2 to Wolves.
Oh my god, that
Both
was
teams
so
now taking
clean
each
and
other's
amazing.
opening back picks.
Also
It's really
the sniping shots from Neon.
unsurprising, but
What
yet
the hell?
surprising for that one simple fact, right? Is that yes, you are taking your opponent's map picks, but Wolves being a certain
Time when
destroyed
people
team,
used to make fun of
the one
GodLike.
map
Yeah,
combination
like
that they have
even the
dropped
Indian
historically over the
people,
past calendar year,
they
has
made
been hard
made
played,
fun of GodLike.
but Search and Destroy
I
should
have
be
some
their wheelhouse.
Indian
So, this might be enough to
viewers,
at least
my
get the clock
friends,
wheels turning
TNC
for
and
this
Pierce,
Wolves
they
roster.
were laughing at
Perfect
GodLike
opportunity.
at the
Going down to
beginning,
any
but then
series, best of 3, best
it's
of
just
5,
insane that
best of
they
7.
proved themselves through this championship,
But this is going to be a wonderful spot
which
to be in
is
for
really
Neon
respectful.
in particular ahead of that standoff control.
And the thing about it,
I mean,
too, just to kind
which
of
we
zoom
can
out
respect
and
them,
credit Wolves'
to
search
be
and
honest,
destroy
you know?
prowess. If
Oh my
you're
god, this
sniping
was
for
amazing
smoke
as
in every
well.
firing range,
This
people have
gameplay
amnesia
from
and
Wolves.
a meltdown to come. if you have to go to 7.
Like how they
That's
think,
dangerous, I think, if you're GodLike. And I think
how
the
they
sentiment that we had
decide
about how if
where
GodLike
to
would've won a
go and
championship
what
today,
to
would
do
have
in
the
that
response.
game right at
That's
the
just been
moment.
shipped up and shipped
Was
out by
crazy.
what we just saw right there in firing range. Wolves are looking nice with it.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie,
yeah.
just immediately looking at the stats and the
So
development
I
from
said
a
it
lot
like
of these rounds,
1,000
double
times.
from Neon,
Both won the
Jing going
game.
9 and
GodLike
2nd
and
MVP
Wolves.
for his team.
They
Yeah,
are
I saw that,
amazing
the guarantee
team.
for the Tunisia, and I think it's already going to be looking like a pretty good field day for Neon on
Please
any
stop.
search and destroy or any map that he
I
wants
can't
on
with
round.
this
Yeah,
music
absolutely.
anymore.
And, you know, again, just looking at the records, technically speaking, by record and statistics, Wolves got all 3 of their best and most played search and destroys.
Yep.
And there is a byproduct here of because GodLike
They
don't like to play
basically
press,
became
you have hard
the
thing about your
worst
map,
team
you're giving away a
in
lot
Call
of
of
freedom
Duty Mobile, like a
to
worst
format
division
the
to
team on
the
the
best
outside
team
stage,
in the
and
world,
don't
you
think
know?
They happen to be from China where they love to play search and destroy. So not great
They
news
beat
there, and I think again,
LG,
this is
you know,
the first
aka
coming off.
the
That is
best
the hardest
team
part, especially
and
when you I
the team from
continuously talk about
NA.
GodLike in particular. You have to think
Insane.
about their practice, their preparation leading into this event in such a
Yeah, I
small
can't imagine
region
how
where you
much
realistically only
they
have vitality to be
practice.
scrimming up against. Because when you go back and you look at them as a region, I mean, they were essentially just steamrolling everybody all the time on every single map mode combination. And when they get to the international scale, this is where they start to realistically showcase all of that talent versus vitality in their hyperbolic time tamer inside of India.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's where the question marks remain on having your
Which
heart
is
vetoed just because
amazing.
you don't like to play the map. It might be worth
It's
trying
like
to
a
do that to
movie
get rid of
story,
your
you know,
opponent's
there's some
best
kind of
possible
movies
outcome.
like
Absolutely.
There's a lot to
worst
be
to
questioned
the
when it comes
best
down
or
to
something like
GodLike, though,
that.
everything that has been talked about backstage,
Which is
or
so
scrimmages,
dramatic as
and
well.
between all these teams internationally,
Vegas
GodLike
trending
might be
on
absolute
Twitter.
truth. You don't
That's
necessarily ever want to
insane.
count them out of any situation given that the odds might be stacked against them.
So again, must-win map feels like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem is that it's control.
Well,
And this is the #1 Chinese team on control, but it is standoff where
I feel
you
like
get,
anything can happen.
Yeah, you get any
So
sort
it's
of
gonna be a
inch, you can turn it
standoff
into
control?
a country mile. Granny is going to be in overtime work with the amount of spawn traps that could end up coming to be here on this map.
And another moment where you put a lot of attention and spotlight over towards the SMGs on both sides to see who can find a way to catch momentum and take away the map quickly. Here we go, 1-1 tally, best of 7 grand finals. Wolves responding on the firing range, search and destroy in convincing fashion. GodLike will have the benefit of defense though, seeing as this is Wolves map pick, and they already made their play through the backside of gas, and the kills are absolutely
Killer.
perfect for GodLike starting up. First 3 will get tallied, and the spot
I think
check
it's the
is
first
already
time
on.
seeing
Holy
Killer
smokes,
in
what are
these
we watching?
champs.
First 7 kills, good.
But I think he's gonna
GodLike
change
already
to draw,
Wolves
I
back
don't
into
know.
their base.
Already inside a top bedroom as well, like you talked about. I mean, they immediately flooded all the way through the backside of hotel, through Delhi, got right in their faces. It was a flawless opening break for GodLike, still trailing by 6 lives are Wolves, but they're slowly trying to get out of their spawn.
It's just taking so much time, and it's taking a lot of lives as
Oh
well.
shit.
Decent trades coming out, being able to provide an exit over through gas station side, but with the time being as low as it is, you kind of have to keep your focus over
Nice.
towards the front of the map, and my goodness, this guy doesn't miss. Another quick snipe out of Neon.
My goodness,
King
Neon
trying to
doesn't
flush out the
miss.
back play. What is that slide? A beast just got on the
Very,
slip and
very
slide from
funny.
literally refrigerator all the way to backside
He used it
Delhi.
yesterday as well.
And he's able to break a
Baron.
handful of ankles as time
Didn't
starts to
lie.
run out on Wolves. Last 9 lives, 22.9, and this is a huge start for
Because I
GodLike.
didn't watch
Yeah, I'll
yesterday.
say. Feels like they can
Didn't
almost
really
do no
watch.
wrong until Neon finds himself too with the boomstick, but
Ooh.
he's realistically the only one that's finding value. The problem is that he's
18
doing it with
to
the sniper,
5.
and he's trying to create space for his SMGs and ARs to get in
17,
better positioning.
16,
But this one was all over from the opening break. There, I mean, that flawless opening
2,
that GodLike had
15.
was,
Yeah, this
for all
round.
intents and purposes, GodLike.
Yeah, absolutely. So there it is. That'll be the
Yeah,
round.
they're not
Neon
even
able to
capping the
get there.
point.
So again, this is one of the
AOP.
things that I always have kind of looked at and evaluated. You know, the Eastern teams, Chinese teams in particular, they love to pull sniper rifles
Just
out
kidding,
on
just
controls.
kidding.
And yeah, it's
Eh?
great because you get a one-shot
What do you
kill
mean?
more often than not. But how do you follow up after that elimination comes through, especially in a map like Standoff where you've got so much ground to cover to see either zone. So a perfect opening defense from GodLike.
Because usually like they capture one and then they just like
able to stay on top of the
ooh,
zone. Sloppy shots from Zai, punished,
play
but
the
the trade
game
comes
after
through, so no
capturing
damage
1 point.
Shake over to the
AOP.
backside of gas station also gets dealt with. So again, back and forth here. GodLike dealing with the Bees, playing through Warehouse, have a chance to try to join them over towards the A site.
That standoff is a very difficult map to find value with offensively, but it was a full hold, so if you are godlike and you want that round 5 defense, it's
Oh
starting to
shit,
shake
no
things up a
way,
little
you
bit.
dying like
You
that.
realistically just need to be able to find a segment or two on one of these two zones. Getting a couple kills.
You have
all the way
examined
through
the
hotel
moon.
is pushing Wolves back and
Oh,
towards their spawn. They're currently
no.
on both zones.
Lauren hasn't found anything yet with the Annihilator, but he's going to
And
be
they're
a problem
using
in
the
this top window
operator
position.
skills right now.
Trump's making sure that nobody from Wolves can recontest
Oh,
this
he's
A
missing
zone. It's
Annie.
not for free. Lauren eventually caught off. Trunks, does he find this kill here? Sure does. And with that, second tick of progress will be locked over towards A. Sparrow for Neon, trying to find a way to kind of get back to this zone, maybe trying to stop that third tick of progress from coming through. Here come Wolves, playing hard for the retake. Can they get there in time, though? Still being ticked up. There's still a member on. Neon didn't realize it. He may have only thought one player was there. So an extra 60 seconds get added, and we're playing 15v15.
Look at that.
Job still good, well done. If you are looking at it from GodLike's perspective, even if you lose this, as far as a round is concerned, that full segment capture is massive. Trying to push a little bit further forward. Our Wolves getting themselves in towards the backside of Delhi. Now it's all up to Jinx to see if he can try to keep the trap even further. But GodLike again have found an avenue through back Delhi.
Yeah, sure have. And there's still tools to be used here.
Nice.
9 playing up against
I thought he
11.
was gonna
Minute
die.
20 in the clock. That B zone doesn't have to be a focus as of yet for GodLike. Just comes down to can you work your way into some good positions to find decent kills. And this one from a
Oh,
Bees should
shit.
be able to eventually lock down the shots. And now we go 8v8. Left side of the minimap starts to come up blue. Up top, nice shutdown comes out for Wolves though, dealing with the threat. Still more to come though, and King gets caught by surprise. 6v7 now all of a sudden. And Wolves have kind of backed off that attempt to try to get forward defensively. They're just trying to play these lives up, use the clock as an ally. Prevail though with the equalizers, getting to work, clearing out Warehouse.
Needs to be able to find further value with this. You feel like that if you're pulling the equalizer out this late in a 6v7, that should be the call that you can possibly close things down, but it forces Zai out to pull the Annihilator.
Oh, what shots those are from
It's
Neutrino,
5-5.
long range against the Annihilator, 5v5,
But
30 seconds on the clock.
4-5.
Trunks up top, 1v1,
It's
it
just
goes
so
his way.
close.
Trade
3-4.
still on the kill feed, pinstripe it goes. Can you find a way to get over here? 3v3, Trunks is up top of the
No,
spot.
no,
He's
no,
got
no,
the
no,
pinch,
no, no,
misses
behind
the
you,
shot,
behind you,
but
bro.
not on one, but on two. Is there any follow-up? Wolves have stayed alive from what to be certain disaster. But Trunks is still playing bottom side red.
No.
Now playing on top of the zone.
1v1.
for the round. On the zone is GodLike.
No, that's head glitching.
And GodLike find themselves up 2-0.
Oh my word.
Oh.
Are things getting out of hand for Wolves? It's these opening breaks that just keep on stabbing them in the back continuously. And there's realistically no fight back in the middle of these rounds. GodLike are too persistent. Operators being pulled out left, right, and center towards the end of the last round. And Beast is looking to layering on the pressure through the opening break once again.
Oh, it gets a little bit crossed up though. Notice that the A zone still being captured. Wasn't sure if he wanted to take the Sparrow for a spawn trap or take it back to defend A. So Wolves clean out a spawn, cleanly getting the second tick of progress
Holy
and with a lot
shit.
of lives still to play with. And you can see GodLike are going to chalk this. Rotate over, try to set up a defense over through tractor side, but Neon is here, and that may be enough.
Shit.
Oh my goodness, Neon, that's filthy. Able to get himself
Filthy.
2 before Neutrino finally shuts him down, but the extra 60 seconds is added. We got 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
2 minutes.
Lives just about even. Look at the
The guy, the way he's saying it's so
Wolves pushing all the way
funny.
back. I mean, you have one player that's so far south that's basically
minutes.
off the screen for GodLike trying to make sure that the flank is secure. So the fight going
Oh,
over like
shit.
Grandma's car is everything, and Wolves come out on top.
Prevail just has no fear, man. He was the one
Oh
coming in to fill in
shit,
for
that
Skull
war
Guy who can't
machine.
quite be
I
here.
want to kill her.
I'm sure he's
Oh.
got
He killed himself
right now
with
in the
it.
chat. And maybe even more so, Prevail's #1 fan at the moment. Neutrino after the war machine has the Pred missile, calling it in. Does that turn anything over to GodLike's favor? Not quite.
Oh.
Small life advantage here for Wolves, but nearly a full minute has been taken off the clock.
This game
of
is
GodLike
so
defense.
close as well.
So have a life lead. They have an operator from Jing. The biggest issue is you're almost forced to, at the moment that you
Oh
get
my
any
God,
sort of
nice.
advantage, you have to press the triggers and you have to get yourself
Nice.
on towards these zones. Because any round loss means that you're going to be down 1-2.
Wolves have a couple of operators to try to spend if they can find a way in towards B. Gravity Vortex gun will start things off. These are desperate, trying to vacuum players into the abyss. Not quite fully going to work
Oh,
out.
it didn't work.
Trunks on the opposite side with the claw. B's also trying to chase things down and just
How the hell the gravity vortex didn't work at the place? The guy was so close to it.
55 seconds on the clock, 3 life advantage for Wolves.
Claw, invested, exhausted from Trunks. They can just play all the way to the backside of Bakery and just make sure that their flank remains secured. 43 seconds, 13 points up against 10. You feel like that this might just be Wolves' last good hit.
Yeah.
Trying to get onto the zone.
It really feels that way. Look how stretched on the map they are. Learn feeling the pressure, has popped a proactive Annihilator. Hasn't seen anything yet though, and he's running on a charge. Doesn't get surprised. Here comes the hit from Wolves. Clean kills coming through. 13 playing up against 5. Well,
when everyone died like this quick, it was like similar. It just suddenly became like 3rd-1. Nice.
And will not be pushed away. Wolves, a critical offense, have a chance still in the map.
Just staying alive here in the map number 3 for Wolves. Their biggest concern, again, comes down to their opening breakoffs. Again, control is done or dusted off your opening breaks. And for the opening 2 rounds that GodLike won, they've had tremendous opening breaks. That was the first time that we got to see Wolves have a good one for themselves on defense. They're at least witnessing that a lot of players are pushing over towards that A-bomb side square. Zone kills are already coming through from GodLike. They're already stepping foot on that B zone.
So Annihilator out. Trying to watch over the top of this cross as GodLike had a very good exit off of their opening break off towards B. And now that's all been pushed away.
From
Zai
Neon,
still finding a way to get kills.
Oh shit.
Oh,
darn.
Want to go boxing? Nah, not fair.
He didn't miss a shot with Annie.
Respawn, but it feels like the damage has already been dealt. 26 playing 19.
Oh,
Wolves setting up the spawn trap. Neon with the scope.
Ooh.
Not the weapon that he wants.
Ooh.
Has the SMG in the back.
That was
pocket,
so
but
close,
though.
though.
Locked out of B's. Red missile off the rip. Does take down Trunks, and the life lead continues to be significant for Wolves defense.
And again, the problem will still surmount for Wolves that every single time they get some semblance of an advantage, whether that be a resource or an operator, you have to call it in and never relent off the gas.
But they challenged the long range with Fennec whenever I
probably want to save it for that round 5. It's inevitable
see
at this
them
point that you're down by 6
how they're
lives.
using Fennec. That's crazy. Like,
Pull anything here unless
this Iron Sight is crazy good.
one of these 2 zones and start to reduce the life lead the old-fashioned way. Clock stopped at 26 seconds. You've got 1 member on A. Help is nearby, but not fully there at the moment, and Wolves are trying to isolate. Trunks is the player left alive, though, and he may be enough. He's still on. First tick of progress gets locked. A couple of good kills come through here, and hold on. 13 plays 15. Neon not really a part of this defense. He can't quite get down. So the balcony jump comes through. Now the second tick gets locked in.
Oh,
and GodLike now has
them
3
just
life.
challenging that
For this 3rd tick.
range. He's in the market and he's near the deadly, but
resources out from Wolves going in towards that round 5. You already know you have a round 5 defense if you are GodLike. You just cannot afford to get steamrolled over like what happened in their previous defense.
Me too.
All the way through Grandma's, making sure that their fight is secure before they try to take a real good look at how they can break over inside of B.
This is a blind war machine from Neutrino.
Yeah.
He is able to clear out a lot of space, so it provides an avenue for GodLike to get over towards the zone. But can they crack the defense completely? Neon has swapped off the scope and found himself a kilo. That'll be good for a couple of kills up top, but GodLike still make their way on. Force comes through and
need
Neon
this
right down
Fennec.
low. Again comes up clutch. Claw from King to try to deal with this. 7 plays.
Maybe
codm
should release this Mythic Fennec Call of Duty Mobile Championship Edition, the Fennec and Locust Electron in the same draw. Championship Edition. Oh, they need to add Legendary Grow as well.
Maintain some operators going in towards this upcoming defense. 2 points up against 10. It's not very likely. It's going to end up going to round 5. Let's be candid here. Take a look at Neon, though. He does have a considerable amount of resources that he can utilize going into this round 5, but the biggest issue that you're probably talking to yourself if you are GodLike right now is what went wrong in their previous defense.
But this guy is using Dead Silent. Oh, nice.
Some anticlimactic fashion. A lot of time on the clock, though. That's the bigger thing. And so there's going to be a little bit of extra charge, potentially, for some of these operators that were just previously used. So we go to round 5. You called it. The resources for Neon individually are wide. He's got the Hunter Killer, the Freddy, and he's got his Sparrow at the ready. How do you want to utilize it? Will he come out of spawn with a scope? Yes, he will. So do you just set up and hope that Neon can get an opening shot and then go through that lane? That very well may be the case, because he can follow up now that he's got the Sparrow.
That's quite literally what happened in their previous offense. Trunks still wants to get aggressive, past the gas station, pulls out the claw. He's not here
Good
alone.
discipline.
Abiz is here as well. Neon finds that first pick, but not a moment too late. It's already GodLike winning the opening breakoff, give or take.
Gravity Vortex finds a lot of value for Qing before he drops. Claw inside a cafe. Could be deadly, but it runs out of charge. Neon still holding on. Here comes the Pred missile being called in. Lerm over the top at Hotel, trying to see if anyone crosses through mid-tank with the Annihilator. Instead finds Neon, but misses the shot. So this Annihilator kind of goes without much to cause. Wolves try to stack over through the back alley. Can they get good contact here? Zai taken down. Neon, almost there to capitalize. Just as Lern had lost the Annihilator charge, but he pulls the Sparrow. And Trunks takes him out of the picture quickly. Trunks now dominating through mid-map. 22 plays 22. Time becoming an issue. Keep your eye on Peg. Number 1 in yellow has gotten
The
through.
Trunk guy, like, he's not really losing the gunfight today. Like,
this positioning and a 1v1 inside of Angry Peg is able to stay alive. And that means that you can get presence over towards speed. 3 life lead now for Wolves, and they're stalling out the clock. Sai has the Annihilator out. He's able to at least find himself a kill. More space being provided here for Wolves.
Critical decision-making time right here for GodLike. Do you want to try to keep this spawn trap up and put some damage into the lives, or do you come back to stop the progress at B? Second tick gets locked in. No one's going back for the B zone. They're going to trust that Trunks can continue to just wreck Wolves inside their spawn, but he's already been pushed off. There's going to be a lot of time here for Wolves to still work with, and an A defense not as common as that very favored back right corner where B is.
No, it's not, given that all of the spawns are still occurring on the backside of Granny's. That said, GodLike, as you were talking about, very invested that they can try to keep them in the spawn trap. Abiz, where were you thinking of going? You already have them spawning out over behind Grandma's. He puts himself in a terrible position, but more kills to be traded out for sure.
Massive from Lern to keep Trunks alive, and no one's able
they're
to
just
track
trading
down
the
Trunks had gone. He was at 1
but
HP.
okay,
Now he
yeah.
can try to get in towards Grandma's.
11, 12.
Once
It's
again,
just
kind of
one
battle on two
difference.
fronts right here. Wolves is also
all the
playing from the
time.
GodLike side of the map. Time becoming an issue again. 45 seconds on the clock. GodLike still trying to force this spawn trap. And Wolves really aren't coming back to either the zone or to help their teammates.
Oh,
and
shit.
Trino is going to have a war machine, but it gets shut down immediately. 9 plays 8. Wolves
8,
able to get out of spawn. Just comes down to, can they get to the point? 30 seconds remain.
The Peg overextending, trying to find more kills past the L bar there in the middle of the map. Neon has an operator, pulls out the Sparrow.
Oh,
Here comes
no.
the chance. Oh, Neon shut down from the Sparrow.
8-5, 8-5.
17 seconds on the clock. GodLike starting to really get
And not
some
much
footing
time
in this
as well.
defense. Last ditch effort for Wolves. Peg has his operator. Can he get
7,
into a
4,
position to
6,
use it? Couple
3.
of good trades come through. 3v6 now all of a sudden.
Ooh.
Forcing the fight up top. Oh, here comes Peg.
3,
with the
5.
equalizer. This is still
No,
2-1,
2-1.
2v5. Peg
Oh,
now
my
by
days.
himself. He's able to
Oh,
get
my
the
days.
double. Trying to
Ah.
take down the kills with the clock. You gotta stay on the zone. 1 second remains.
Nah, did not
1v3
much.
situation.
No,
And GodLike should
he
just
cannot
let
get
this
out of
equalizer
the.
run out. There's
Ah.
no need to challenge yet.
No.
Here comes the challenge.
Oh,
And Neon
no fucking
maybe
way.
needed to be the guy instead of Peg. There wasn't an opportunity to use those equalizers.
Oh, that
GodLike
was
stay
really
alive,
nice
survive
try.
5 and take the edge back of the series.
Imagine he
I'm
like.
sure they wanted
Oh
to,
my
given they had
god.
a 2-0 lead in that standoff control. I'll tell you that much, Shift. Is that at least they got the job done there at the end.
That was
it was a right call coming through there
insane.
in the round number 4 to make sure that they maintained some semblance of operators, knowing damn well that there was probably going to be some streaks on the opposite side. Neon was holding that Sparrow for a long time.
Yeah.
It's not exactly always the high impacting operator. Neon
Oh
was
my
the
god, if
operator
I was in that
right
situation,
most
I
often
would
than
just
not.
put that phone down and just cry.
But GodLike,
If I was in that situation, just
left
left being alone with the equalizer, and you can't even get out of the point. You need it to stay in the point. I would just put that phone down and just started crying.
But so far, a lot of the map picks have gone the opposite
Yeah,
direction. Will that
yeah,
continue to be
yeah.
the case, or can GodLike take a super big edge and find themselves
That was
on
crazy
tournament point?
for
We'll
real.
find out when we come back from the break.
He tried his best, and that was the best situation he could make in that situation, you know. What do you mean, Candy? Wow, Neon with the 38 kills. Look at the kills though! And Zai with 32 kills. Damn. And they started the fake 3-minute clock again. Should I trust them? Is it gonna be really 3-minute break? Or is it gonna be the infinite 3-minute break? He might have gotten them more if they pushed. Yeah, he can just spam the equalizer on all of them, you know, but they just ran away, so he couldn't really like do that. But I swear, like, if you are in that situation, it's like so much of adrenaline, the like pressure and everything. Must be feel good, to be honest. See you guys in 20 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna turn into 20-minute break. They lying. They forgot to put the 0 after the 2. I mean, they put in the numbers like a wrong way. It's not 2. It should be 2-0. 20 minutes. Oh my god. Somebody give me this mythic Fennec, please. I wanna try. Some players like the pressure on adrenaline and play better. Yeah, when for some players, when they are under pressure, they play better. I don't know how though, cause when I'm under pressure, I can't do shit. Like, so nervous, I almost like giving up. Are you all Koreans? Yeah. When you enter this stream, you becoming Korean. Everyone is Korean. 안녕. Hello. See? You know, I just did the caster. I just did the same thing the caster did. Yes. yes. 네네. 네.
Welcome back there, friends, family.
Ooh, they didn't lie this time. What the hell?
The grand finals, best of
Surprisingly, they didn't lie this
You guys have been
time.
awesome. Literally all weekend long. Crowd's been getting nuts today. I think a lot of it is fueled by the unbelievable underdogs.
But they're gonna be so tired after this
It's really
match.
been one of those that, again, I don't think anyone would
Yay.
have wanted this. You know, as a finals, maybe people had Wolves in it, but to see GodLike make it the top 8, supersede LG, and now
Middle
be up
East.
to possibly be a new world champion and a first-time champion in Indian Esports. Huge storylines being written as we
Middle
approach a
East,
Hosty and
which
Hardpoint
country?
Rocket.
No, let's not get ahead of ourselves here, though, Alan, because yes, we have the Hosty and Hardpoint.
Oh, wait!
Indonesia's Search and Destroy is
Oh,
still looming.
yeah, that name from
But as far as Hacienda is
Twitter.
concerned, I think that when you're looking at this from
I
GodLike's
just
perspective,
realized.
I think the takeoff was already quite
I
telling
just
for you, that
realized
you can
as soon
be
as they
out-rotating this
mentioned.
Wolves roster. You can
Why,
clearly
Mitchell,
slay
you
with
wanted
both
to?
of them. It doesn't matter if
Mitch.
they're firing
Oh,
on all
sorry.
cylinders, but it comes down
Didn't
to
work.
And Hacienda
Didn't
hasn't been
work well.
terrible for you this
I mean, you
weekend,
can't
considering
make
that you were
this
able to beat
voice
Luminosity, albeit
like
by 8 points.
on
And the same thing for
purpose.
Standpoint at the
That
same
well,
time.
so.
This is a map combination much like Takeoff. That
Oh,
works
that
out
was a
wonderfully for the
massive
playstyle.
Yeah, I agree.
failure,
And I
but
think on the other side of
yeah.
things, you know, looking at Q9 getting themselves ready to go and trying to see if they can find their first respawn win here in this series. You got to remember that they beat Tribe on this map, and even though Tribe didn't make it to the top 8, everyone I think that recognizes the NA talent
Diva
knows that Tribe
profile
Hacienda is not to be
picture?
trifled
Oh,
with.
that's
so the fact that they let it through,
Lupi.
and we're able to pull off
Cute
some late
profile
heroics to
picture.
best
But
Tribe on
surprisingly,
their
he
best
doesn't
match
have it
combo
on YouTube
is
though.
massive. So even though this is GodLike selection, you know Wolves got to be feeling pretty confident with what they've been able to showcase on this map earlier this week.
Better be feeling confident after all those interviews saying that they were going to be the #1 team.
Yeah.
They know that they wanted to make it to the grand final. Great, that's
Jada
step one
Bieber,
done. Now you need to
Justin
claim the
Bieber.
prize and hoist the trophy there at the end.
Sorry.
It's going to be a tough choice, to say the least, when it comes down to how they want to approach this. Again, we know that they can slay. We know that they can play fundamentally strong hardpoint. That much was at least answered back when they finally took a hardpoint off the Q9 in the semifinal. But this GodLike roster is just a little different.
LG,
and I think again,
Master.
we've said this a handful of times, but now through
What do you mean, you're gonna play an
really see
LG?
that a lot of the Wolves'
What?
success comes on the backside of Neon
Yeah,
starting
that's
them
a
off,
cute
usually with a sniper
profile
rifle.
picture.
Yeah,
That's not going to be a
Weirdo.
part of the play here for Hasi into Hardpoint.
No.
And so far, looking at GodLike, Abiz has gotten the better of Zai in almost every single scoreboard, in Respawn in particular. And that is, again, we said we need to focus on it, but now it has to change. Zai has to have a
Zai.
burner here from Wolves if they want to get back even in the
Zai.
series.
Zai and Peg,
I'm not good at
Peg's a very
pronouncing Z.
uncharacteristic map
Z,
#1. That
Zillet.
is not what I've come to
Zai.
expect, seeing Peg just absolutely dominate in hardpoint all weekend long. So
Pleasure
there is a lot of
meeting you,
focus
Pleasure
for a lot of
meeting
these
you.
usual suspects for Wolves to really come out
Aw.
and try to help things out, because it can't just be Zai. It can't just be Peg. And you can't just rely on Neon to be able to find these opening engagements. And even
Oh,
if
it's
he
a
does,
Hasi
well,
and
you
the
better hope
hard
you take the space you
point.
follow.
Here we
Oh,
go.
I don't like
Right on
Hasi
into
and
it. A mixy fountain we
because
expect
some
between these
points
two.
are
Lots of
really
battle for these high
disgusting
ground
to
hallways.
break in when they are
Peg, you're
holding
out
the
for
angles
secret.
like
Shing's actually
properly.
gonna jump right on in towards the fountain.
It's gonna be
Even
like
trades come
really,
through for
really
now.
disgusting
Shing
to
looking to see
break.
where exactly this GodLike member is on the hard point. He gets one, but not the other.
Oh my
So
god,
GodLike
you are
staying
still
sneaky.
alive!
They're able to at least control a little bit of these top hall positions.
How are you doing,
and
though?
keep the contest well and alive over to the top fountain.
You only to see LG and iNCO. Surprisingly, iNCO got eliminated like super early, like somehow. That was surprising though.
Not a whole lot of time to fight over, considering it's all contested, but a good kill feed comes through from
Hasi
Wolves
and the
as they start to soak up
hardpoint
more
is
time.
fine. You know, like when you play ranked hardpoint, there's somebody just standing behind the car. You know that point, and just spam the Holger, or like 3 of them just standing behind the car together and spamming Holger like a crazy centric gun.
Towards the corner, slides on forward inside. Oh, huge chow from him. 4 kills in a row in the life, and
Oh,
Wolves have a chance
against
to get this
them.
started up just as the hard point starts to open.
Gets shut down, does Zai from a nade out of trunk, so that at least shuts down any
Damn,
sort of
Mitch
streak
gonna
potential, but getting closer towards those operators. Very early on, will I say that.
Kill
Let's go,
them
the drone
all,
was
you
heard
know.
by Neon not a few moments ago. As they set
They're
themselves
gonna
up
get
around
shit
Lambo,
on,
the setup's
you know.
looking pretty decent.
Yeah, really good. GodLike would have to hit this from the front. Smokes allows them some entry, but it's all about
Both
predicting
are
your corners and hoping you
too
get blessed.
strong in this
Abiz,
one.
double for him. Trunks off spawn,
Let's
trying to
go.
get there to help, and he's trying to get a little bit
Ooh,
of extra space here,
fuck.
kind of saying,
Oh my
I'm
god,
already through,
that
I'm gonna go a little
the
deeper,
movement
let my
and
teammates
aim
walk
from
up
the
hill
Chinese
beyond.
players,
Right
that's
there to
just
pick things up. Back
so
and forth we go.
satisfying to
20
watch, you
plays
know?
43.
When they
GodLike still
just
spawning
move
out, but
and
a
then
chance to
aim
finish
to
this.
the
Wolves are
other
stuck
one.
over through the driveway,
It's
and
just
the kills
so
now starting to come
smooth.
through for GodLike. Focus from the front. Trunks trying to step in, and Wolves
Oh, nice.
clean things up. Final kills come through with Neon being able to pull the war machine in, and Wolves will get the majority of the scrap time.
Scrap time will be there for
Yeah, it's
sure,
gonna
but the
be a good
rotation
game.
towards P3 is what you're mostly going to be looking at.
They lost the
Especially with these
points
operators starting to
and
come
they need
online
to
for a
push
handful of
in,
players.
but it's
Very
really
scrappy
gonna be
P2,
really
might I
disgusting
add,
to
but
push
you
this
can take a look at
point.
the spawns,
I
especially
don't
with
like
Neon
this
still
point, to
lurking
be
around
honest.
P2. Means that you're still going to have godlike players spawning to the backside of Mansion. So these isolated battles over by P3 are going to be massive.
Absolutely the case. Opening first blood for Abiz. Gets down, knows he has to play his life. Not a lot of help nearby as of yet, but GodLike are working for
Nice,
patio control up top.
but
Learn, Annihilator,
need
deep,
to
oh,
go
caught
to
by
the next
surprise.
point,
Couldn't quite
though.
get out into the open. Neutrino's trying to
But you
spam
can
down
at
the
least
point, but there's
this
really no
precious,
connections happening. Now Zion
1
is gonna
point,
take an
2
extra step
points
over
from
through
the points
GodLike
as well,
spawn.
because
Doesn't
it's a
quite find
chance.
the eliminations, but once more, builds a lot of breathing room, you would think, for Wolves.
Tap
but
and hold
Trunks
to
on the bench
ADS.
is
You know what?
shutting
I
everything
tried
down
it
with the
once.
claw.
I couldn't.
Eventually traded out, but
That
the
was
damage may have
so
been dealt.
difficult for
Abiz
me.
able
I
to come
mean,
right back in, and GodLike will
it was
get at
so
least a little
annoying.
bit of time here before
Maybe
Wolves
because
can
I'm
regress.
already
Getting
used to
some
just
shades of that takeoff map #1 where Wolves had a really good P1 then P2.
Tap
We
to
got some
ADS
operators
in.
online for godlike and they were able to clap back
But
on P3.
the
Down
reason
to
why I
10 seconds or so,
tried
and Wolves are doing
was
a great job at
I
just
saw on
keeping
YouTube
contested, but
videos
it's all
saying
that.
like,
Plus
if you
rotation
wanna
coming through from
have
godlike,
good
you already
aim
have
or
Lawrence
something,
lurking
like
over by P4.
use
I would
tap
love to see
and
Lord get
hold
into open hall
ADS.
here.
So I tried it
Just
like
try to win that
immediately.
position, let his team
But then
rotate and join up, but instead he's gonna play right on top of the hill.
It wasn't good for me.
A little bit of a battle here with Zai, who is off to a great start. 12 total kills and finesses. Learn, turns around almost. A little turn and burn. Not quite able to find the kill. Follow up from Wolves, also not quite fully there. So GodLike will open up the hard point blue. Neutrino following up behind this. King looking to clear off the water. And maybe
and they already got
pop the Sparrow.
went to the next point and
Mantles over the top, finds the second. Teammates doing the exact same thing. It's like whack-a-mole over this water.
yeah, and I also remember Jay saying it's really good for 5 bingo players.
And he's gonna single-handedly
But for me it was just
what a play from Prevail. Hunter Killer Drone also spent. Trades are decent, and unfortunately for GodLike, they couldn't really follow up on a big play for Prevail.
Oh, what the?
Not when Wolves are still spawning over by
What was that?
previously. I mean, he can 1v4, but those respawns were so damn close
It's
for Wolves, so they can
equalizer.
recontest B4 just like that.
Damn, he's clearing with the equalize.
What
What the hell? How many kills is gonna have?
But it's no easy entrance whatsoever. At least side through the open stairs. Tries to get himself inside
You
of the
will
hill,
have to
but a
hold it
big
in
first set of hard points coming through from Wolves.
and it
98-66.
restricts
It almost feels like a broken record in certain ways. We've seen this time and time
Yeah,
again
yeah,
about
exactly.
GodLike.
That's
When
why
they're
I
playing up
couldn't
against
like
LG,
really
when they were playing their first map here versus Wolves,
use
slow
it
starts, but
for the
they're
first
keeping
time.
themselves
I mean,
in
I
the
tried a
game.
few
We
times
still
and then
need to
just
see
gave
that
up
one
and changed
beacon
back to
that
top
shows
to
us that
ADS.
GodLike can get
I
control of a
just
hard point and hold it. Has not fully happened
should
yet.
be asked
And as you
to
rotate
like
back
get
over
used
towards
to
Fountain,
another
Wolves have
single
done
new
well in the
one.
first 20 seconds to gain more time.
Prevail spawning over by P3, set himself up with a little pinch up through upper
What
halls.
is this
Well,
view?
he's probably going to need it considering that everybody from Wolves Esports are just putting them in the absolute blender down low.
Yeah.
This is a decent amount of time to soak at P1 if you are Wolves.
Yeah, very much so the case.
Oh my god.
Grows their lead to a very high margin.
They
Over
tried to
towards
break
Garage,
into
that
the
would be the next
point.
thing up. And it looks like GodLike are kind of chalking any extra vision over
Both
towards
of them
They're
in the
trying to play
point
rotation
together,
here.
like
This is
opposite
a lot
side,
of time
huh?
to give away to Wolves. So the
Ooh,
marginal
okay.
lead that we were just saying GodLike have done well to keep, at least within grips, has all of a sudden become a bit more of a blowout. 50-point gap. King, Sparrow, doesn't expect Trunks to have slid through, so Hugh sneaks out a kill. Claw now coming forward, predicting the play
Damn.
over through the side closet, but instead takes it over towards the front doors, and that's where the majority of this Wolves team is coming from. Water now completely controlled. Focus back over as Neutrino's able to help out, and there we go. Clean kill feed for GodLike, and the hold is good.
War Machine also invested for Neutrino, trying to at least cement this hold, at least through the opening few members from Wolves. EMP was also invested from Wolves, but they hold on. Side has a claw. Now coming through the staircase on the side, you feel like that he needs to find more just to be able to get that break, but can only find 3. Reinforcements still here for GodLike.
This is it, though, for GodLike. Definitely finding themselves again. That footing in this map. The trend's starting to change just a touch. Wolves looking at this last 20 seconds, saying, hey, we need to hit this. Side from the water, able to find the opener.
Oh my
able
god,
to also
these
clear off
points
Lambo.
again.
Good power position dealt with. And now all of a sudden, Wolves have
Oh,
control
we
over
got
the
the
scrap
claw
town.
though.
GodLike are also being
Ooh.
hit in the back. They're not really able to
Really?
get out of spawn
Nice.
here. And there's still a member for Wolves watching this rotation through
No, no,
well.
no, no.
So a big moment on this rotation that Wolves have a
What?
significant advantage
Oh.
in. All GodLike are going to be split
They
spawn on their
nearly-
approach over to the third hill.
Got 3 members though that spawn over on the right side of the map. 2 players trying to cut through the top side of hallways.
Oh,
and
that
I think he's gonna catch Wolves a
movement.
little bit by surprise. Learn has himself an annihilator.
How do they do
trying
that,
to
though?
utilize that bad boy to get inside of the current hill, but the gunnies just a little bit too strong. Wolves are pushing them back.
Good patience here from GodLike, but better positioning from Wolves. 157 to 103. Long range shots from Neon, of course they're good. A B, Sparrow trying to get something done individually, not going to work out. From the back,
Oh.
you've got Trunks up top towards patio, try to assist, try to open up some space. He will get all the way around the back, and that will move spawns
Yeah.
around just a touch, but the
Behind
gap
you, though.
continues to grow in favor of Wolves. 171 to 103. Preddy called in, that will land from Neon. And this could very well be Wolves threatening that 200-point threshold very quickly.
Yeah, I'll say. 72-point difference in between these two teams. Wolves have not relented off the pressure from what we saw in the first set of hard points, albeit GodLike have been putting themselves in really good positioning through the second set. Wolves have had a response time and time again, shutting down operators, utilizing theirs to a higher degree. This back 5 seconds was soaked up there from Wolves at the very end. The rotation over towards New is there for GodLike, but you need to turn this into more time.
Yeah, Prevail only gets one with the equalizer. Trunks trying to make this rotation through open stairs a bit more difficult with the claw. That's going to be 3 kills for him with it. And he's now thinking about going bottom bar. This could catch Wolves by surprise on the pitch, and yeah, sure has. Able to find one, runs out of ammunition, swaps back over, but King is able to best him. Wolves with 3 straight kills, right back into the hard point. Prevail has to do this with the SMG, losing the equalizer, and he's good for it. A nice double, make that 3 for Prevail. King's on the outside looking in, and there's really no way he gets up this ledge. So here we go. GodLike needed something convincing, and now they may have it. War Machine getting popped, trying to find this last 25 seconds.
Why GodLike is making the comeback?
Sure would. 20 seconds, needs to be soaked up, learn. Finds himself 3. And Wolves are still trying to battle over this 10 seconds because why the hell not? Before we go back over towards P1 in a massive Hunter Killer drone comes in for Learn, shuts down the push from at least 2. 5 seconds to at least be contested, and Wolves will still maintain their lead into the 3rd set we go. GodLike has to find good control over the top of this next hard point.
Next point.
You don't anticipate being able to chew into this lead too much on P1. But if you can make life difficult for Wolves, find a couple of seconds here and there, that's how you claw your way back in. For Wolves, though, if you can find a way to get some control and earn more time, it puts you well within win condition going over towards Garage. Lots of things on the line over the top of a very mixy hard point. Back and forth we go on the opening kills. 45 seconds to fight for. Trunks inside the smoke. Just trying to delay the inevitable as hot as heels was Shake. With a couple of kills to follow, Wolves will get a little bit of extra time. Mixy battles going on up top while this is happening down low, and GodLike are trying to rotate to flip the map around, but they aren't really finding the kills to allow themselves to do it, so now they take their focus back towards the hill, and that's where they find the kills needed to at least contest this hard point.
The leader's advantage even goes beyond the scoreline that Wolves currently have. They have 5 operators at their disposal, comparatively to Learn, that has an Annihilator, sure, but he needs to pop off with it. Has 36 kills to his name, but this rotation over towards Noon needs to hold off for what would you feel like, maybe 2 gunfights plus maybe 4 operators at the least?
Well, so far so good. Nothing's been popped yet for Wolves, and GodLike have good control. Bottom side spiral, clean kill feed. Do they get a read on where Wolves are spawning? Learn pops the Annihilator.
Oh my god.
Gets the Sparrow out. Both players are going to need to find the way to get kills with these. And the shots just aren't quite landing. King able to take down 1. Learn taking his attention back over to the hill. Able to get 2 with the Annihilator, but on the flip side, here come all those Wolves operators, and that'll be enough for them to break from the front. Still not out of contest yet. Neon is a little bit worrisome that GodLike spawning behind. That's not the case. And Trunks gets a lot of clearance back over towards the
why
hill.
Why did they go there? Like outside of
pushed off almost every single operator from Wolves, and they are very much so still alive.
No, it was every single operator there, brother. And now Prevail pulls out his equalizer, battling inside a bottom mansion. King will shut him down from the range. But that is worrisome. If you are Wolves, that you had to invest that much just for a mere break. Luckily enough for you, the Gunny again gets the job done. Peg there with the Purifier keeps them at bay. Furthermore, getting closer to 250 points.
Yeah, that's a big difference maker right there. GodLike a chance to possibly re-break, find the last 30 seconds, but a Purifier solo play plus the extra attention from Wolves through mid puts this game nearly out of reach. Has to be flawless for GodLike.
9 points.
Wolves taking the high ground, trying to play this as kind of a break attempt. GodLike stretching this hill out as much as humanly possible. And the hunt is on. Where are these Wolves members?
Oh my god.
Just completely eluded them. Gets Neutrino from behind. Pops
no.
finds himself a little drop shot for a second. 5 seconds, all that's needed. Wolves looking good to close this one out, but do get pushed completely off the hard point. GodLike need to win this, plus win the next rotation to even have a chance at pulling off some late game heroics. And they know they have to spend
they're holding
right
the
now
position
just to make sure they can have a
really
chance to do that.
strongly. GodLike.
This War Machine trying to keep them at bay over by fences. Hard point still contested. 20 seconds left to be soaked up here for GodLike. Looking pretty good for them to get it.
Because Wolves just need to run to get into the point, and then they are already in the point.
Yeah. Last 4 seconds to still be earned off the scrap time. Last player up is Prevail. Steps away after finding the first 2 kills.
4 more
He's got health nearby. 6 seconds to fight for.
No.
The contest will allow another hard point to be seen. Still a lot to be asked though, GodLike. Here comes the play for rotation. Clean kills on exit.
They need to go to the new point as well.
Wolves spawning on both sides, east and west on the bottom side of the map. Hard point will open. Wolves get in. Prevail has to go. He's got to find a way to get on in. He only gets a small contest.
They won the hard point. Wolves won it.
In most in particular, Zai had a monster map.
I focused on that game so much. Oh my god. Look at them, like exhausted. Oh my god, that was damn.
Terrifying for Wolves.
Wow, they both trying so hard, like trying their best
number 4.
It's gonna be
And
so like
everybody more or less shows up
exhausting.
in a massive way for them. All of the operator usage as well, being a great boon of success for them on a lot of these different rotations.
So like
Shutting down GodLike
for the pro
at
players, you need to
almost
have the
every single
mentality
turn.
to like
And
play
realistically,
this
the only
game
time
for
when I
so
was
long,
really
like
scared as far as
we're
operator
focusing all the
usage
time,
was concerned was on P2 in the final set.
Sure, yeah, no, that's
which
absolutely
is
right.
crazy.
It is one of those moments where, like you mentioned, leader's advantage was just
Leon
so heavily
is like,
stacked for Wolves, and even though again, like we continue to talk about, GodLike kept themselves in the game maybe longer than you would have expected, considering how the patterns of the map were moving. Wolves coming out on top of a number of the opening hard points.
I have to
Gotta
go
give a little bit of
now
credit
and
that GodLike can
see.
stay in
Good
as long as
night,
they
bye
do,
bye.
but 52 kills for Trunks.
Good
Not
night.
enough to get over the 200-point mark. Zygo's 37 and 39, 52 kills for Neon. And across the board, everyone's looking pretty healthy. I mean, there's really no one standing out too badly. Although I will say that comparison between a Bees, what we were talking
I'm
about,
surprised that Zai is not wearing glasses. Or maybe it's the reason why his phone is so close to his face, because he needs glasses but he didn't wear it. Is it like that?
Pretty darn even across the board, which
Crazy.
is even more alarming when you're thinking about where were these kills for GodLike even coming from across the map.
52 kills from
Sure.
Trunks and then Neon.
But it's not a difference maker in a game that started to
Damn.
become pretty one-sided. That's right.
They got the same KD.
Yeah, it is a good point.
52 kills and 36 deaths.
Is where those kills were coming from.
The
Definitely
top
kind of
ones.
favored that
What
of how
the...
Wolves were able to kind of use that as a chance to dominate over the objective. So, transitioning away, we're back to another search and destroy here for map number 5. It's Tunisia. And it's been a great playground for Wolves, kind of historically. And it's interesting because they really haven't played it at all this weekend.
They haven't, no.
But it's one of those that we kind of saw them really utilize in CDFI to really kind of get into a position to be that major search and destroy threat from China, and they were able to do so with 9-1 tally versus Elevate in that grand finals where they were eventually able to secure things.
It's just everything that you're scared of when it comes down to facing Wolves on search and destroy. Mostly from one player in particular, we've been
my
singing his
favorite
praise
team
the
is
entire
Wolves.
day so far.
Yeah, dude.
That's
My
Neon.
favorite
Absolutely.
team
But the amount
is
of long lines of
Wolves,
sites that are available for
but
you on Tunisia and how quick you can
I
snap
also
onto
respect
many different
the
opponents
team
on Tunisia.
GodLike,
I'd be terrified
so
for that. It's the same exact problem that might come back to haunt GodLike that we saw in the firing range map too.
I'm just
it is
enjoying
one of those
this
situations
match.
where I think if you're GodLike again, you need to make the same decisions of, do we want to try to square up, 1v1 them,
Be right
or are we
back
just going to
in
try to
1
completely
minute,
avoid
let's
them?
go.
I will say that the only kind of benefit of playing in Tunisia is that you do have the opportunity to really utilize good smokes and nades to kind of flush snipers out of their common positions. So I would prefer them, I think, based on what we saw in firing range, to try to rely on their utility to find where Neon is, rather than trying to just dry peek them with another scope. Whether or not that happens is a different story. Wolves will be starting things off defensively.
Oh my god, it's Tunisia, it's in
all
there.
through middle map, and Wolves are here to take the battle. Oh boy, first 10 seconds gone, first 3 lives.
What the? I just blinked my eyes and then 4 of them died already.
It took down Neon, so the red raid boss was at least dealt a swift demise to start things off. But
It's 1v4.
this neutrino, 1v odd situation,
Oh.
and he tries to hold down the trigger. He gets sniped out.
Bro.
I support
Again,
Wolves.
this is everything you're
Yeah, I
terrified
think
when
so.
it comes out of this Wolves roster. They can snipe you through these longer lines of
Well.
sight, and they're also not afraid to utilize their utility to get an upper hand in the middle of the map.
I supported Wolves last year as well,
He's been hitting some
because they are
wild shots.
amazing.
Trophy systems down this time for GodLike.
They
Small over
have
the middle of the map, and
amazing
they are continuing to
players.
push right on through. But look at this defense. Over towards the B side, or part of the A side of the map. Wolves are trying to also push through the choke point, see if they can catch GodLike off guard, but it doesn't work out. So now you've got a full surround of this A site. The Wolves defenders completely isolated. Can Zai keep his life? So far, so good, but eventually traded out. On the rotation, it's just up to King.
1v2.
1v2. First
Ooh.
shot lands clean. Lots of time on the clock. Trunks thinking maybe he could get a set nade. He's not even going to play for the bomb. He wants to play for the
That's
kill.
short. I mean, when Wolves
I'm
snipes,
not surprised the way that Trunks has been playing this entire grand final.
shit is clean
Look at
as
the call
hell.
for King. Again, who's playing with the sniper versus the sub from Trunks.
Yeah.
Is starting to flip the map. He already cleared B. Now he can make 2 different decisions. Wrap back through the offensive spawn, go back to check B, guarantee it's going to A.
Sniper versus
And this is
Fennec.
great because of how much time has been taken off the clock. Trunks is going to have to back up to get this bomb and likely play for a plant. Still on the hunt. He'll make his way over towards Winery. Should be able to collect this bomb without contest. And it looks like King is pretty happy just to play over towards backside arches on the B side of the map. So Not likely to see contact come through. And Trunks, I was going to say, brother, I can understand you're trying to play for the kill, but give yourself at least the opportunity to plant the bomb, and you will collect and make his way
Already
back over towards it
started?
quickly.
Yeah, I mean the first round, it happened so quick.
Around, but the timing might be impeccable, depending on where this bomb is planted for and where Trunks tries to go in the post.
That's the biggest thing about it. King moving quickly.
Oh my god!
Gets there just before Trunks can find an exit. And it was just
It
like
was
a really
2v1,
trading pawns. It felt
but
like between
King
two of
got
those
two
players
of them
before eventually
with the
they met up to
clean
trade
and
power pieces.
amazing
So
sniper
Wolves are up
shot.
2-0 up, and a 1v2 clutch comes through for King.
This is an insane decision to be made there. If you are Trunks, again, lurking for the kill, constantly checking everywhere close. He gets through winery, through barrels, recollects the bomb, but the one place he doesn't check was his own spawn. 2 rounds to open things up here for Wolves. Something needs to change offensively here for GodLike.
Agreed. This time there will be no aggression for the side of GodLike, just trying to wait out maybe the opening nades that we've seen time and time again for Wolves, but honestly, Wolves don't really throw many. You still got a lot of nades by the look of it left across the inventory, so GodLike don't really get what they were hoping for, which was early investment for Wolves, and now you kind of got to feel out the map without knowing what's at mid, not knowing what's on that early A cross. There's a lot of question marks here for GodLike, not seeing many nades be thrown over the top.
What's Trunks' plan over here?
Yeah.
He hasn't fully covered all of the B bomb site. There are 2 players
Like
here
Candy
defensively.
and
You
Jay.
can almost hear a pin drop on this Tunisia. GodLike
Not
are searching
me.
desperately for any sort of information, much less an advantage.
Neon is the one that will be
Not
trusted
me.
to make first
Ooh,
contact. And
okay.
Trunks over towards the B side of the map. He's just playing a bit of a ratty spot, saying, I'm just going to wait for people to rotate over. This is a good call here from GodLike. Yeah, the kill comes through, and Wolves start to say, wait a second, we're short-sighted on B. But GodLike make the quick decision to make the play over towards the A site instead. Trunks now joining them, or tried to, before Peg got the elimination. So 4v3 situation for GodLike. Neon still alive, King still alive. That may be all that's needed. But it's Peg first and foremost. Oh, he may
okay.
have not needed the help for the second. He still got it. Abi's up
Oh
top.
shit,
Whoa,
what?
quick shots come through. King misses the
Oh my
opener.
god.
Hits for the first. 1v1.
Oh my god!
King with another 1v2 clutch.
Bro, that King
Back-to-back 1v2
sniping is
clutches.
crazy. It's not
Don't know what to say. If
rank,
you come from
guys.
the gate,
It's
it's not miss.
charms. Seek again? No, it was a vape.
5 kills to King's name. 3 rounds for Wolves, and GodLike had everything going right for them in that previous round.
And now
Oh
quick
my
towards
god.
B. And similarly so, Wolves are kind of playing a heavy
That
stack,
is
looking to
crazy.
get into winery at A.
The
So again, a blind
that
counter situation.
you know, the
Take the only
confidence
defender over
to
towards the B site.
push
Just
those
playing
2
a hard
players
angle
with
to see
sniper.
if anyone oversteps their bounds.
And
Trunks is thinking about it here. Can King keep the hot hand?
The aim.
Wolves are
What
already on
the-
the long
that was
flank,
crazy.
and GodLike aren't planning. They're trying to find an exit through mid. There are players here though, but they're caught on sprint. Qing only able to get one. Learn with the trade, and GodLike will establish at least some level of control in the numbers.
Oh, that's
Trying to continue to be snappy with it. 3v3. Wants to play his own life. They're going to go back to check the A bomb, and by the time they're done checking this side of the map, they're actually going to have a little bit of a pinch should Peg be able to fish out some timing from the offensive spawn.
How do you break this down if you're Wolves? Peg from one side could start things off
Oh,
and
that
keep the focus on
right
him.
side.
Also,
Is he gonna
continue to come
check?
behind,
yes.
or it could be handled
But
vice
he
versa, and well, Peg
died.
did try to make an early move. Trunks there to meet him. Any more heroics? King and Neon last alive. Oh, over the break by one another, but Trunks gets his weapon out first and
Oh,
finds the easy
shit.
kill into Neon. But we've seen this story before.
Sure have.
King 1v3. First shot goes wide.
Ah,
Third
that's
also misses.
too intense.
Down low, eventually,
Yeah.
Trunks and the Bees will find the kill. No more heroics. Not 3 times in a row.
Well, at least it was a 1v3, so maybe that's just like the overall that he can't do. 1v2s, yeah, sure, we've seen it 2 times. 1v3, probably not. The aggression looks good on you, GodLike. Moving their way over towards
But
B,
your
and
King
Wolves are
is
trying to play
like,
this like a chessboard, where they're trying to constantly get over towards A. It seems
aggressively
exactly what they want to do
playing.
again.
It's
Wow.
not like
Great look at that opening nade from GodLike. It tags King back towards his spawn. But this is interesting. Wolves are going to go with the exact same defensive setup where they're trying to clear through barrels, but GodLike are aware of what happened last round. And they're already primed up and ready for this. And yeah, they do see the cross, and that's enough for them to say, we don't have the opportunity to go over towards A. Let's go join Trunks on the B site and see if we can overwhelm whoever's there.
We saw this 2 rounds ago offensively. The difference is that nobody from Wolves is actually going to push up. So realistically, Trunks needs to try to fish out a timing. They don't know how clear this B side is.
Oh, but is it clear? King is still
It is
up.
not.
Smoke comes through. Wolves not playing off the flank they did last time. They're going to take the safe route back. King gets pressured, but it doesn't make a difference. You can just give
Why
him
didn't
RPOV
you
the
show
entire
that
way.
kill,
Oh,
bro?
almost finds the head of Neutrino. Bomb gets planted. Numbers start to become a little bit more level. 4v3 though in favor of Wolves on the retake. And they've already made their way on towards site. Learn up top, denies anything from getting too far forward, but side follows in for the trade. Bomb now being defused.
하다.
Can the Bees get here in time to deny this? No, he's kept off. And Wolves will go up 4-1.
Wolves in search and destroy again. It is adapt, understand, and then overcome, and then adapt some more. It's just really tough when you are Trunks in that perspective. You
But
expect
how
for
did
somebody
he
to push
snipe
through. It
like
doesn't
that?
happen,
That's
much like it did a few
insane.
rounds ago. So you think the B bomb site's clear until King finds the second kill.
Yep. He's been massive in this map. 7 straight kills for him. Neon down low hasn't really been needed to do too much on this opening cross towards A. GodLike probably very aware that if you cross, you're probably going to meet the other end of a sniper rifle. Trunks once again just kind of lingering over towards the platforms over at B. GodLike have not really committed too much to mid since the opening 2 rounds. Would be curious to see if they try to do something delayed through mid in this round, try to change it up a little bit.
It's the opening nades that are coming through from Wolves that are deterring them from wanting to try to get through the middle of the map. But the bomb has made its way over towards B.
Yeah, I
He's playing in a
noticed
position where
that
he can't
from
necessarily see this push come through, so it's gonna be a
earlier
4-5 retake.
in
And it looks like Robin's
firing
retake may
range.
actually lurk through middle
When he
for
was in
Vale.
trailer, he
Just
killed
lurking
someone.
his way
He
further
was
up, making
shooting
sure no one gets through
after
connector.
killing
Bees and
somebody.
Neutrino also part of the
So I was
play.
like,
Wolves will have to
But then
retake
they
this from the front.
changed
No
the view,
opportunity to
like,
make a play through mid. Trunks down low.
immediately, so I was like,
He's going to be the next
wait,
one
did I
probably to
see
get
it
activated
well?
from this position as soon as
Was it
contact
body
is made by
shooting or
his
something,
teammates.
you know?
It's taking a
Or
long
was it
while,
just
but here comes
making
the fight.
sure?
King gonna watch over towards the cross. Trunks can take it down. Hold on a second. GodLike in a little bit of trouble here off this setup, especially if King can find a shot to land. Oh my goodness, he does it again. Unbelievable.
They had everything stacked against them in that post-plant situation.
Absolutely.
Clock was against them. Numbers were against them.
He did it since from the first game? Ew, why is doing that then?
The one thing that they do have is a King.
I wasn't
That is
sure,
absolutely absurd.
like,
Just what we were seeing in the prices of Neon for sniping his
broke
his
out
buttocks
confidence
off.
so
King
much
shows up in a massive
or
way. 8
something.
kills on a single
Bruh.
half Wolves, 2 rounds away.
What the hell?
Very convincing stuff from Wolves. Can they find same success
Don't
stories here on their
body
offense?
shoot to
King once
our
again. Oh my
precious
goodness, I mean,
burgers
are you kidding me?
or
No.
the Japanese team
Unbelievable.
board.
We just watched GodLike for
Don't
6
do
rounds
that
straight,
to
not
these
take that peak.
polite
And King says, I'm just
people,
gonna run up and see what
bro.
I find. Gets the first, the Beast does eventually put down the raid
I know
boss.
you got
Good
hyped
timing
up
here, but can't quite lock down
by
the
winning
shot.
against
Finally, the kills
FG,
come
but
through,
bruv,
and Wolves will
don't be
dominate
like
the
them.
East. Last one left is Neutrino. He's only able to find one, and it's just, there's no counter for what King and Neon have done on both of our 2 search and destroys with these sniper rifles. This is filthy.
There is a counter, but you have to have that counter a handful of milliseconds before he scopes in and pulls the trigger.
Because he was late to that peak.
He was. He was.
Party started at 7. He showed up at 7:15.
His centering is
But the
freaking
way
insane.
he's doing is
Bomb
so
moving his
funny
way over towards
because
a first
he's
blood
not
again
aiming for the
Wolves.
body, like he's not looking down or something, he's just shooting, continue shooting with the same position like after killing someone, you know? So it's like,
continues to hit. He gets the last one. I mean, are you kidding me?
bro, you didn't
Captain
even
Alliance
show the
lane
kills.
present. 7 and 1 on the map, and King just dominate from start to finish.
There's ladies present, there are kids watching, a little bit of a pop-off as well there for Wolves standing up.
Their sniping is just
You gotta be
another
feeling
level,
pretty
it's
darn
just,
good if
oh
you
my
are on
god.
this Wolves roster. I
Crazy.
mean, winning back-to-back maps, one of the Hacienda. We knew that Tunisia was going to be a difficult one, to say the least. Just stylistically, as far as playstyles are concerned, I didn't expect that steep of a scoreline, though. That is absurd.
This,
I mean,
This guy's disgusting.
you can literally just let this montage play out for King. And it's not even the fact that he's just taking hard scope pre-angles and hitting. They're jump peaks.
No.
They're in-your-face shutdowns.
Ooh.
They're 1v2s.
He's jumping around doing tricks on the map.
Ooh.
I mean,
I'm saying.
it's
Oh my
absolutely
god.
insane. Like, to say that you're confident is one thing. Here's the little pop-up that I saw over my shoulder.
this
there at the
game,
end of the
King
map.
was
Like,
amazing.
these guys are confident, and that's putting it lightly. 11 and 3.
11
And
kills.
how many of those 8 rounds would you say that he probably found first bloods? I would probably say about like maybe 5.
I was going to say at least 5.
At least 1 for sure.
I mean-
and the thing about it is that this is everything that was missing from previous maps where you do have Neon sniping and a respawn per se, is that King's finding this opening engagement, and the rest of the team is able to benefit from it. So much map was taken away from King's existence.
Unreal.
Just the sniping. They can't even peek or like do shit because they just annihilate you with the locust.
They're pretty good at search, man.
Yeah.
With that crazy
It's
accuracy.
Like, I almost want to like combat my own point. Like, are they really good at search, or are they just really good sniper rifles? Because like, you really never had to see.
I think I saw Creed.
Or adaptations or adjustments because King is just dragging
What is
everybody.
this? Is it tectonic?
This guy, dude, my guy in the front is vibing.
Yeah,
I love it.
he's having a good time.
Rightfully so. What a show. Okay, we have to calm down. Get ourselves back into level footing because we're
It's
going to
not
a raid control.
Oh, you need to win
next.
4, I think.
And this is one of those maps.
I think you need to win
again, I was
4
really
games.
kind of shaky about when it came to Wolves overall. It had been their hard veto. They had a couple of set ideas in terms of playing for that, what we like to call the Zim spawn trap on defense, getting all the way through garage, forcing them to spawn in towards the gym. They pulled that versus Elevate, but still were losing rounds.
Yeah.
Did the same thing versus Q9 on their first defense, but then eventually kind of locked it up. Do you think they've learned enough, though, to stop this GodLike team who has really looked good on raid control generally?
I want to say yes, just because of how decisive we were able to see them win those rounds on raid control just last series versus Q9. All things considered, I don't know how much it has to do with statistics and history on raid control. I think it has everything to do with the bounce back for GodLike. Losing the last 2 maps the way they did, decisively losing the last 2 maps they did.
That's a big
They
point.
have to hit a hard regain if they want to see that meltdown map number 5 or 7.
And this is the other thing about this. GodLike's going to start on offense because this is their map selection.
That's right.
So it's going to be even more difficult to find a way to avoid going down in 6 and getting over to a meltdown map number 7. It was a surprise linchpin for their success versus LG. Maybe there's a little bit more magic there if they can get it. Otherwise, Wolves came in and they said it themselves. We expect to be in the grand finals. We expect to win this thing. They've been putting in the time, they've been putting in the work. They may have fallen a little bit short in the most recent Chinese Masters, but they overcame some pretty great adversity at CDFI to be the champion of the Eastern region. We can kind of colloquially say, can they do so
That
here on an
photo
international
is
stage and beat the
crazy.
rest of the world?
Oh,
They're
I mean that's
confident to
neat.
do it.
I have the
handful
better
of
ones.
interviews throughout the entirety of the weekend with Dot, and they were saying how confident they were not only to make the grand finals, but be able to
guy
take the
before
entire
was
chip
worse.
along the way.
Worse?
I think if you're GodLike,
No, I
you're
was
very
just talking
happy with
like
where you've ended up.
the guy was just sitting
But
like
now it's just proving to the point
far
that
from the front seat.
India are absolutely on the map.
Big
They're
time.
here to play. This is the team that we expected to see through so many different years on the main stage in grand finals.
Your
This is
voice
a
is gone,
different
you can
level
bring it
of
back anytime.
Just Call of Duty as a whole, mobile or not. This is what professional players have to stick above the rest. That regain needs to be massive just to force out a meltdown map number 7 for a
Of
chance at glory.
course,
That's
easy
what GodLike won.
peasy.
So everyone's starting to lock in.
Tada.
Getting close to loading on up map number 6. And man, it's just been one of those things that I think a lot of people were looking at this series and saying there's no way, no how it even
Bro,
happened in the
when
first
you
place,
play
let alone
with
that GodLike
5
put this kind of a fight,
fingers,
but can they take
it's
it
gonna
another
hurt
extra
your
step?
hands.
They've done it literally
I just
all
saw the
tournament long.
position,
Can you find
the
a
way
way to
they're
tie us up
holding it is
again with your backs up
looks
against
so-
the
oh
wall
my God,
and
hold
get
on.
us to a map number 7? We're on raid. And actually, GodLike are starting on the defense here.
Ew, raid control.
Okay.
All right then. Opening breakoffs or standoff through the opening few rounds were fantastic for GodLike. It took Wolves a certain amount of time before they were finally dealing with the opening breakoffs of GodLike.
Yeah.
Seems to be the case so far.
Oh, that hit
GodLike with
marker.
these hands are back with the opening skirmish here. Not a whole lot of presence on these 2 zones. A lot of lives and time shamed on the
Oh,
clock.
And the Beast is
okay.
having himself a heater, dude. It's like, you guys want to play with some sniper rifles? I got you, brother. ×4.
This guy though.
I still think
Brother.
the fact that GodLike chose the map,
I
which
think he
means
needs
that
to drink
Wolves have the
water.
choice of what side to
Water.
start on, and they decided to start on offense. And they're getting smoked right now. A beast
Your
through the
left
window
finger
and He's already
already
got himself a
hard.
hunter killer drone.
Yeah,
Comes
it's
up
on
with
5
two
fingers.
pillars. Wolves finally find a couple of kills.
If
but
you play
it's
like
an
for a
8-point
long time,
deficit,
it's gonna
and
hurt
GodLike
for
are all
real.
over this B zone.
40 seconds remaining. Operators nowhere to be
Ooh.
seen, but still.
But it
the
happened
gunfight
earlier
for
as well,
everything that
like,
you need. Jing,
Wolves lost the first round of the
same from
control
our
in standoff,
sniper
but
extraordinaire in that map number 5.
they were like getting better and better like
Strange to
after
say the least.
the
Yeah,
rounds,
nice
and they won
disadvantage.
it.
The clock at least being stalled out as you have presence,
So-
as you have presence over at A.
This is very puzzling, and believe you me, if GodLike ends up winning this map because they got 3 defenses, I'm going to be having some questions for what this side selection was, but at least
Ooh,
for
that
Wolves, a
was
chance
an
to try to get the second to progress at
unnecessary
Apex, able to double down,
free
that will be good enough to lock it. Third possibly on the way as King is here to
Nice.
support. Wolves close spawn towards bedroom, they could get here quickly. 14 playing up against 8, looking for an extra 60 seconds so they could capture this third tick.
14-7.
More streaks being spent, trying to get this over the finish line and maybe give a little bit of an
What?
extension here for the Wolves offense.
Fennec with that
Prevail on top.
range.
Not feeling too jittery about trying to get in, and they will chalk the zone and just play this one out with a double-up
13-6.
wipe lead for GodLike.
Might as well. Don't want to be giving up more kills and what can inevitably be more operators that you have to be worried about. The chance for Wolves to try to clutch this round is absolutely still on the cards, as they're just kind of trapped down over by Pool, trying to find their avenue to try to get themselves close towards that B zone.
Oh, a little double stack. Not quite able to work out for Prevail, get into this collat. 11 plays up against 6.
They moving
Neutrino stepping
together.
in towards Garage. This will force Wolves to spawn on the bottom side of the minimap over towards Bedroom. Focus for GodLike fully on this play around the back over towards Laundry side. And that's where the hit will be coming from. Wolves heavily stacked. All 4 members are here. Who peaks first is the question. This is a pivotal moment for Wolves. Really kind of the last chance. Lorne over the top, not quite able to win the gunfight. Smoke comes through. Prevail in the corner. Gives away his position with that pre-fire. But Wolves have backed off. They said, we got the kill. That's fine. Let's rotate back over. Try to hit this from mid. 18 seconds on the clock. Wolves still finding kills. Abiz in the corner. Has to come up and find the snipe, and he collects one. Back to the SMG. Oh, he John Wicks it out of the air. Gets himself a double. Clock will stop at 11 in this 6v3. No need to rush here. And finally, Neutrino gets the War Machine to land. Follow-up kill is there. Just down to Shing. And isn't able to do anything with it. Neutrino
But they made
bails
it
out
to
the War
like
Machine.
close though.
Thought that was going to be a full hold, the way things were starting off on that side. So able to convert 3 seconds of progression, massive stuff, and you got the War Machine out from Neutrino. Now, the issue is, you still have 4 operators for GodLike. Is this going to be a similarity of what we got in the standoff? Are they going to use their resource advantage to get an offensive round on the board?
King pops the War Machine out. And he's playing this over towards the corner. He doesn't have a good angle at it, and Trunks just sprays him down with the claw. Learn following up with the Annihilator, doesn't miss. And now you got the opportunity to kind of play off both sides of the map at the same time. First tick of progress is already locked, second rapidly on the way, and Wolves will surely have to chalk this and try to set up an A defense.
Oh yeah. Opening breakoff, once again, looking good for GodLike. Third segment on its way over at B, and they are just having 1 player solo in that zone. 1 player playing back Laundry, trying to play the cutoff.
What you doing?
And this is allowing more information to be at least traded out for GodLike as they try to maneuver their way past the Tiki bar, getting themselves closer towards that A zone, but they've given up a lot of the middle of the map along the way.
And if you've learned anything about Wolves trying to defend over the top of this site, they like to try to get that same spawn trap into play. This time, not as much success. They're calling to see if King can come back to help set up this defense. Kills decent as Wolves try to dig into the life deficit. 22 playing 19. Lots of time on the clock.
Oh my god, he got
That
flashback.
Neon's going to be an issue with this scope as he takes it forward. Is he going to find free space? He pulls out the Sparrow as to predict that GodLike we're going to hit this through Waterfall side, but that's not the case. And now he's got to rotate back over towards Pillars. These would be desperate Sparrow bolts to connect. And this may be a wasted operator here.
Yeah. He wasted it.
Yeah, it's looking pretty wasted. 19 points up against 21. And GodLike are more than happy with just buying their time, waiting for these operators to get completely exhausted. Claw now invested by Jing, trying to push himself past jungle.
They literally wasted their operator skills.
Because you literally need to find more value with these operators.
And that's the thing is, like, GodLike say, hey, they popped their stuff. Let's just wait. We've got so much time, and the anticipation and anxiety from Wolves has them starting to play forward. Again, Zai blindly pulling out this Annihilator.
Zai threw the operator skill as well.
Eventually, GodLike has to make a move. And it's all going to come around the back. It just comes down to
No one to kill though. Nah, he literally wasted it like.
Still, executed patience from GodLike.
Nice, he got 2 though.
Is there going to be more to follow? Zai runs out of his Annihilator timing. Now it's just down to can they do it the old-fashioned way. Trunks gives up in the gunfight before he finishes the kill. And Wolves will take an even life footing. 30 seconds on the clock.
16, 15,
The next
16.
big X factor.
Ooh, what
Doesn't
was that?
make a difference. Still wins the gunfight up top, and Wolves defensively look really solid as they start to reinforce this bedroom position.
I mean, here's the thing, though. You utilize all those operators. You didn't find all the kills in the world shift. But think about how much clock just got exhausted to at least extend the round. Sniper in the hand of Neon. Golly, this guy is nuts. But he's only able to convert himself onto 3 kills in a row before you end up finding some trades on the gun.
So close, it's just so close.
7 plays 11. This is the last opportunity with only a second on the clock and even touch of time to delay the clock. Yes, oh no, just for a moment. Abi's got there to stall it at 0.00. But still, that trade comes through and Wolves will hold on defensively. We go 1-1.
Only allowing 3 segments off of another great opening breakoff for GodLike on 2 different sides of raid control. And again, you have to look at the operator usage that we were constantly talking about. Very judging towards Wolves.
The operator skill time, that's insane. Yeah, that's for real. They literally wasted it.
Now over towards offense once again for Wolves. Marching their way towards ring. They also have presence over by open stairs. It's a double-pronged attack.
Zai will spam out the laundry window, though. Neutrino can only do so much with the War Machine. Ends up being a pretty even footing right off the get-go. Play for GodLike. Over to the middle of the map and a big gunfight win from Trunks. Clearing out the rock position, and now here comes Prevail through pillars. Shut down initially by King, but Trunks right there to pick up the baton and turns that into a double kill of his own. Wolves still find themselves on top of the eliminations, even lives. The second tick of progress will get locked. And GodLike are likely going to once again concede this point and have to set up for an aggressive A defense.
That's the right call. You already have players trying to get in through bottom bedroom. If you can find that kill, if you are Trunks, you only expect them to get past waterfall and probably get inside a bottom bed or inside a garage. A lot of pressure here for King with the pistol, trying to flush out this elimination, but Trunks is still trying to press a little bit forward. The more kills that he can find on this side of the map shift, the more time can be exhausted from the clock.
Absolutely the case. And this is going to force Wolves to have to kind of play around the long side of the map. Full, even spread defensively, but if East drops in the backside, hold on a second, Wolves can actually get themselves an offensive spawn trap here. If they can find the kills, which they are, they've cleaned out Kitchen. GodLike has to rotate back, defend this A site, because the Wolves are fully healthy, and now Neon has got the Sparrow out, waiting to spawn trap over towards Laundry side. Kills aren't fully there yet, and he kind of second guesses it, but still is able to make good use of it. 20 plays 16. Minute 23 in the clock. Here comes the Pred that will, yes, land for another elimination. Wolves should have all the freedom in the world to at least stop the clock, but late heroics from Abiz and Trunks again clean things out, and now all of a sudden Wolves have been pushed back.
One player's gonna get cut down again. That was Neon that was pushing all the way over by
No way, it's so close as well.
And now this is starting to become a little one-dimensional. If you are Wolves, everybody's spotting parallel over by Waterfall, trying to work their way through bottom bedroom, but Trunks is here cutting them down with the claw.
Huge. Reduces the life gap now to just 1. Still plenty of tools here for Wolves, but you would think they need to find some instance of success towards the zone before you can commit to popping these. Prevail, they're on the hunt. They don't seem to know exactly where Zai's position.
What the? They're just playing hide and seek. 12-12.
Has to take their attention towards the backside. Here comes the full flood from Wolves. 2 through money window, through basketball stairs. Kills on both sides. Prevail still has the equalizer up for now. Able to use that for 1 elimination. Clears back out through window. Zai
You
with
can
the
kill that?
held that bang, and the pinch is good for Trunks. Everything getting cleaned up. 9v9. Clock stopped at 18 seconds, but Wolves do not have the numbers to keep him on the zone.
7.
Have to find a way to get through the front.
6, 7.
From Nid are looking pretty decent.
No, they don't have much time.
He's on 5 in a row. Follow-up elimination starts to come through. The Pred missile gets called in.
They don't have time. 2, 1. Nah, no time. Oh, he went in. No, no.
Killer drone, and that will tick off the final second. 2-1 we go.
3 segments apiece for every single offensive round thus far. As defense continues to be the favorite side here on Raid, the question comes down to GodLike. Can you force out a round number 5 where you have defense, or just close it out here? Abiz is going to open things up here with the Sparrow, just spamming them over the top of Ring.
I think he wasted it though.
But GodLike is still trying to push through the ring.
This
Powerhouse spamming.
Though.
This is a lot of force towards B, but for a second, I'll say you had Prevail playing through money window at A, and off the respawn, more GodLike members are trying to hit over towards this A zone. So they kind of get the Sparrow for a couple bits of damage, but they do force out the War Machine in return. And now Learn's got window control. If he can get into kitchen, that would be massive, but the timing is not great. And yeah, King will find him, no worries. Clock stopped at 55 seconds, but there's really not much of a threat here on the A zone, you would think. Wolves again playing with this spawn trap. They've got it set up perfectly.
Nice, yeah.
But this time the difference maker is that Wolves are also keeping defenders at home at A.
Oh, that spawn, he was pre-shooting it, the timing. If we just continued it.
Break that we've seen from GodLike this entire control. 23 plays up against 16, and the bait play just forces them inside of their spawn. Now they have to force their way over towards B. King is playing the Black Fan head glitch. Stuck in a 1v1 versus Trunks, who's been electric throughout all the respawns yet today. Able to find some more kills, now he's looking for more space inside of Laundry.
28 eliminations for Trunks. Close to having a claw, and as we said, he earns it. Clock stopped, second tick of progress at B's underway. Wolves, are they thinking about going for this? Here comes 3 members through mid pillars. Neutrino watching the flank through
my
Art,
God,
and
it's
it
so
looks like Wolves very
close.
well may just give this up. Here comes the exchange. Free fire from Neutrino, good for the 1-for-1. Extra 60 seconds gonna get added.
Peerage! Oh my god, they're having like really close game.
From that one segment being over at A, so you do at least have that
Like in hardpoint and control, they're having close game, but SND was like Wolves dominating GodLike. It was just quick game, but in control, it's just really close.
And this is another moment we saw GodLike when they played this map earlier today. They were so cute trying to get this spawn trap underway, but it really wasn't necessary.
Imagine didn't even know. Wow.
It looks like they may have learned their lesson.
Behind you, brother.
The kills are good for GodLike. They've got the opportunity to continue to make this play over towards basketball stairs.
No.
King can't get to the heady. Now here comes the follow-up. Hunter Killer Drum will start things off. Prevail gets the kill. Here comes the opportunity to stack. Second tick of progress not being worked on yet, but it could. Abiz, mid-side, front window. Not able to find anything. Annihilator, changing focus from front to back if you're Lerm. Second tick of progress being worked on. Trunks, also with the claw. This is how it happens. 9v11. Second tick of progress gonna get locked. Wolves need to find a way to go. They're still in mid-map. They're nowhere to be found. Abiz, Learn, cleaning things up. One more tick needed. 8v8. Get on the point. Get on the point. Wolves have been given a lifeline. And Neon will clean things up through pool stairs. King also combines.
Oh my god.
On the point. 6v4. Wolves with the numbers advantage.
Oh no.
18 seconds to play. Gotta make a move now for GodLike. And there's nowhere to go besides from the front.
Oh my god.
What a missed opportunity. We're gonna go to round 5.
Oh
My. I mean, that is just some impeccable fumbling. There's so much spaghetti all over that A control zone.
damn, I thought Wolves gonna lose this round.
You had so many kills, the operators popped, you had so many narrow choke points that they could have worked their way through, and an opportunity to force it to a meltdown. Now into a round.
I don't know what happened, like at the end, it just started like happening.
Oh, you can just feel the air in the lungs have been sucked out of GodLike. Operators now being spent by Wolves. Full focus over toward B, and it's perfect. First 2 kills are good. Second tick of progress getting locked. And GodLike, they have to give this up unless Trunks can find something through our window. He's the only defender that can maybe do something. Peg has already gotten deep in towards kitchen. It's all fumbling. It's all coming apart so quickly. Third tick of progress is going to get locked. They're going to get 2 minutes and 20 seconds with 29 lives.
Not like this. Brent missile in the back pocket of Neon. Operator still available for Zai. Should he want to use that Annihilator? 27 plays up against 26. Nice double kill coming through from Learn. Trying to rectify the map positioning that they once had. Is now starting to fall through their fingertips once again.
You got to be careful here for GodLike. I get that you're trying to move spawns around over towards Garage, but you've got Wolves members also threatening to do the exact same thing. Big 1v1 here. Peg takes it. Oh, huge kill. Trunks, though, does secure the trade. Everything starts to stabilize just a touch. Neon calls into Bread. Not going to land for any kills. Except, pardon me, it does find Lure just inside Tiki. Jing up top. Finds himself a sniper rifle to support this play from the front side.
It's just so close all the time, and something happens suddenly, like all of a sudden. But
one more member to get a pull. Now they're on.
Oh shit! Oh my god!
Squad, but Neutrino stays up with the War Machine. First tick of progress will be locked. GodLike have a chance to still come off spawn. Peg an issue, but does get dealt with. 12 plays 22. Clock continues to tick.
10 to 22. 9:22.
And Wolves are still slaying out.
Second tick of progress could be on the way. 22
6:22.
and you can feel it if you're a Wolves fan.
6:21. 5-4. 5-5-21.
Championship for China. They didn't even have to play LG.
3:20.
Rival on the other side of the stage could not hold.
Oh my god.
Wolves are going to be your COD Mobile 2023 World Champions.
Wolves won it! I mean, the games they showed was amazing, and it's GG's for real though. Like, W for both teams. Oh my god. It was amazing gameplays. I really enjoyed watching it, you know? I was really like focusing on games, just watching it, like how they play and the shots and everything. Oh my god, that's crazy.
What an unreal display from the region of China. 3 slots were given. Wolves and Q9 had battled against each other through thick and thin all year long. And there were major questions for this Wolves team jumping into CDFI after their loss at the China Masters. They worked their way
Still
through all
the
their
hype
Chinese
for
rivals,
LG versus
being an
GodLike,
unexpected
that's
team
insane,
at the
you
grand
know.
finals that went to 7, where Wolves were the champions at CDFI. And now,
Damn.
on the international
This
stage,
year championship
surrounded by
was
a
much
bunch of
better
their
than like last year.
compatriots.
Like,
One more time,
I mean, last year was also fun watching like Wolves and Tribe and stuff, but oh, Wolves won the champs, bruh. Yeah, still W for them. They improved so much, like insanely. Even in this game, like against the Wolves, I mean SND was just Wolves like dominating, but other games like Control and Hardpoint, it was just, you know, so intense.
Yo. And there it is.
And so like close games.
Job, a pleasure to watch this squad. I'm gonna get on in here and ask some questions.
It was amazing. GG, I knew it. But still, the gameplays was so like interesting.
Congratulations to this squad, an arduous journey. All right, friends, I want to get in here. I'm going to ask you the first question.
Time to take a shot to work. Good luck with your work and bye
The past
bye.
couple of years, North America takes
Time
the
to eat breakfast.
championships.
Time
What
to
does it
rest
mean
for me.
to bring the championships
I'm
home to
gonna
China?
rest.
你们这次打得非常的精彩，在过去的2年中都是北美获得冠军。对于你来说，这一次中国获得冠军意味着什么呢？
其实这次的冠军意味着就是
But we don't even understand though. Like, are you?
所以我觉得说
You understand
虽
what
然这
he's
次没有
saying?
人要去交到手吧，但是
The guy
我觉
who's holding the
得
mic.
今晚不管怎么样都是我们东方的胜利。
Still don't understand
we just
why.
proved
Yeah, I mean,
Us East
that
is
was
not worse than
weird
the
as
West.
hell for real
Although
though.
it
Like,
was
what the hell?
kind of
Like,
sad that we didn't get to play against
question
LG,
mark?
but tonight's victory belongs to the East.
I'm coming down over here now.
Because it wasn't
A lot of talk
that
about the
clear
East
that
and their performances.
because he
Going
didn't
against GodLike,
like
team out of India,
look at
also
the
from the
bottom
East.
and
Nobody really expected them not only to get here, but play as well as they did. What can you say about the performance out of your opponents from across the stage?
我们今天打的是另外
Yeah,
一
they
支
hyped
东
up
方
so
来自东方的
much,
队伍 GodLike，他们没有人预料到他们打得如此之强。那今天我们跟他交手下来，有什么样的感受呢？
他们的枪法和个人实力确实非常的优秀，他们能赢 LG 其实是在我预料之中的，因为这次 LG 失利其实是因为他们自己 的自负造成的。
They executed greatly and had amazing gunplay. They played great individually, and I even expected them to win against LG. And
Oh, they are
it was a
saying they are
great matchup to play against
oh,
them.
that's nice.
Love to hear the respect coming out from these guys. And then
They were
excuse me, I
talking
wanna ask one over
about
here.
them
Coming here now.
respecting GodLike,
Looking at your team,
I
you guys
guess,
played
because the
fantastically.
guy
Who
just
in your squad
translated.
did the heavy lifting? Who's the MVP?
这一次我们赢得比赛，功劳最大的是谁呢？
我觉得没有分谁的功劳最大，我们5个人的功劳都很大。
It was no individual effort. It was a team effort, and it took the 5 of us to win this game.
Perfect. And one last question.
It was a team
What does the
effort.
future of Call of Duty Mobile look like in your eyes?
在你眼里，使命召唤手游的未来是什么样子的呢？
What? Why are they asking that question though?
非常精彩，我觉得以后的比赛会更加的精彩的。
We played a fantastic match today, and we expect the future matches to be even more fantastic.
Well, it certainly looked like it for sure. Thank you so much for your performance. You guys earned this. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions.
Yay! Yay!
Talk about a fantastic performance, a great way to close out the entire weekend.
Oh my! Is
Back up here on the desk to close the whole thing out. You guys just got to experience all of that. What's good through your heads right now?
but no, but I felt a bit bad for the guy. Just the camera is short. I hope people don't make fun of him though.
Are your champions. But still, you gotta feel like that GodLike really left it all out there today, man. I mean, what a championship run for them. Commiserations, of course, to GodLike. The Wolves clearly came in as the #1 team.
Yeah, I think that's by and
Yeah,
far
I'm just happy it's not NA again this year, you know. Same, Pierce, same.
that here in this series. They're only giving up 3 rounds of Search and Destroy through 2 maps. I don't want to sit there and say that the
Damn,
result
but
would have been
GG's
any
for
different. Now, the
Wolves. They
meltdown's hard to say.
showed
It's all
us
off the
some
speculation, of
amazing
course, at this point,
gameplays
but
and
I think the biggest thing
amazing
is the
skills
regain
and
coming off of
amazing
the standoff
strat and
on the
everything.
control,
The
finding
crazy
domination in the
accuracy
Husky
and
at hard
shit.
point, and then carrying that through the
Damn.
Indonesia and then clutching up when it mattered most there in that
It
round 5.
was really nice
Well, we heard
to
F.
like
ask
watch
about
them
it.
playing.
Which player was a standout player? You know, they gave the very wholesome answer. It was a team effort, and they're not wrong. It was a team effort. But if you had to pick a standout player from Wolves, who would your answer be?
I'm kind of torn. I first and foremost, Neon had an unbelievable playoff bracket. That's to be told. But I think the thing about it is there's also something intangible about looking at the stats and seeing the amount of engagements that
I mean,
Sai was
NA is
providing
just
and
so
how clutch he
toxic,
came up
so
when the times mattered most. He may not have been top bragging
But
in the last couple
anyways,
of days,
GG's,
but
the
kills
game
he
ended,
provided
so I'm
were
gonna
huge
end
towards
too.
allowing Wolves to kind of
I guess
clutch
they're
up
gonna
on
end it
a lot of their
soon
respawns
as
in
well
particular,
though,
so I'm kind
so
of torn between the two of them, if I'm being honest.
Zai's
bye
lowest
bye
lows in all the
guys,
respawns
see
and
you
even the search and destroys,
tomorrow
he
I
was still
think.
finding some impactful kills.
think,
He might have
yes.
gone negative a few times
GG's
in hardpoint, but
everyone.
we were talking about it throughout the entirety of that
It was
Husky,
fun
and
to
kills were
watch
just
it
about
together
even,
with
but
you
it was
guys.
realistically Zai that was fighting a lot of these rotational gunfights going in their way, so that way they always
GG's,
had
bye